Lonely and ashamed to be a delight. To be a servant of God, servant of Yah, Ahaya Yahweh. Open up the fucking song, see how I need you. Turn your face away from us so people know we need you. Live from the preacher, Father, Lord, I need you. Purge away my sin, clean my heart so I can see you. Focus, kill our people. Don't got no hate, follow righteousness, won't do you wrong. Watch out for snakes trying to deceive you, they want you to fall. Not in heaven, I'm a call. Faith, the man is vanity. Love, you gotta keep the law. Keep your law, I cannot go. Put the weed, I put the drug away, your spirit filled. We the chosen, we the tribe, but we in the field. Brothers out for the killing, trying to make a meal. Word of God, brother life, if you really ill. You may start to make an advance, worship you with reverence. You are my protection. Without you, there's no way to make it through the rain. Woke me up today, I'm better praise your name. Holy Spirit today, give me power for the race. I ain't in it for the fame, I just want to praise your name. For your mercy, Lord, I pray. Renew my heart every time I reopen your page. You get a man and the ruler combination days. Say that you so I ain't worried about the things I say. Sell your soul for the world with a good again. Father, I can to a car, people feeling bad. Seeing how you deal with your circus and make it through the rain. Said you're my protector and my shield, I ain't in the frame. Humble me, renew my heart and soul for me in your way. You can have my trust, yeah, you can have my heart. Walk in your steps, cause I just want to please you. Turn away from sin in my flesh, cause I fear you. None of you is overwhelming, just want to be near you. I'm just a vessel made from dirt, but I believe you. Let go of the world as we commune with you. Let go of the world as we commune with you. Seeking your face, wanna be used by you. Seeking your face, wanna be used by you. Teach me how to live like you. Teach me how to live like you. Leave it all to follow you. Leave it all to follow you. Open up the book of Psalms, see how I need you. Turn your backs away from us, so people know we need you. Live from the preacher, Father, yeah, I need you. Purge away my sin, man, my heart so I can see you. Focus, kill our people. Don't got no hate, follow righteousness, won't do you wrong. Watch out for snakes trying to deceive you, they want you to fall. Not in heaven, I'm a call. Faith, the man is vanity. Love, you gotta keep the law. Keep your law, I cannot go. I'm a fellow, you can see my road. Yeah. Pleasure, the word never lasts. Yeah, I'ma love you like my step to my brother. Yeah. Money stepping scales and up in chains. Start to show us that I walk around with hate. Keep his commandments and the world will start to change. Keep your faith, God, stay strong and always pray. A couple months ago, I just felt like giving up. Open up the word, but renewed, I gotta give them all. Everything I ever went through really shaped my heart. Message to the ones they got to start thinking in the dark. Come to the light, come to the Father, He gon' make it stronger. And He gon' be there through the tunnel. You can't hold them slow, when you hold up your hand. Repent of all your sin. It's a matrix and they put you fucking God, the creator of all things. This ain't true, now this ain't that. For His glory, why I rest? Stick up brothers in the trap, they want their best, and what it's saying. He feel like gotta stay focused on the tag, gotta keep me, worship comes to my people. But they ain't know my people, Christ is on his holy people. By my heritage, nationality, we the Hebrews of life, so they wanna see. We go crazy dance and sing, Heavenly Father, you the King. Finna get some close, look at the road. I'ma follow you, I can see my road. Pleasure, the word that never lasts. Yeah, I'ma lay you like my step to see my brother. Money stepping scales and up in chains. Start to show us that I walk around with hate. Keep his commandments and the world will start to change. Keep your faith, God, and stay strong and always pray. I can go the other way. But help me see the way. Keep me on the narrow path. Be my helping hand, I had dancing. We gon' praise the Father, sing and praise, hallelujah. Kingdom coming soon, the trumpets blow, hallelujah. Took away my trouble and my pain, hallelujah. The radio, my praise forever rain, hallelujah. Yeah, hallelujah. 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 Covered by the Almighty. See your face forever, see. Shabbat shalom, Bishop fam. Shabbat shalom to all my people out of YouTube. Shabbat shalom, better day. I'd like to welcome each and every one of you to week 20 of the demonstration of the so-called black man, of the so-called African-American man. This afternoon, we'd like to give a call Halal, Abba Hayat, Bahashem Yeshai, Precious Ruach HaKodesh. And for those of you who's not familiar with the Hebrew, that is all praise unto the Most High, in the name of Christ, as well as the Holy Spirit. Shabbat shalom, MJ. Shabbat shalom, please. Good seeing you on with us today. Once again, we'd like to welcome each and every one of you to week 20 of the demonstration of the so-called black man, of the so-called African-American man who is from the tribe of Judah, from the nation of Israel. We know you could have been anywhere in the world today, so due to the fact that you decided to join us, we do not take your time for granted. We pray and hope that all is well with you and your families. We pray and hope that you all came on today in the spirit of worship, the spirit of humility, and with a desire to hear what thus says the Most High. Hallelujah. Better day. We have survived another week in Babylon. Hallelujah. Let's get a round of the Most High round of applause just for that. Hallelujah. We just thank him for his continued blessing and keeping. Thank him for sending his son Yasha to die for our sins. Thank you, Abba, for your Ruach HaKodesh that guides us and keeps us, gives us the fortitude. But thank you also for your Torah, for that law, statute, and commandments. Hallelujah. Who has given us a wall of defense against the world and protecting us, you understand, from the day of temptation. We thank the Most High for bringing us out of the darkness into the marvelous light and giving us an opportunity to worship him in spirit and in truth on this holy Sabbath. Hallelujah. We're going to go into the credo. The Hebrew credo can be found in Deuteronomy 6, chapter verse 4. And after we do the credo, we're going to dive straight in because we truly believe that the Most High has a very inspiring word today for Israel. Hallelujah. Shema Yasha Allah Ahaya, Allah Haya Nawa Ahaya Kar. Shema Yasha Allah Ahaya, Allah Haya Nawa Ahaya Kar. Shema Yasha Allah Ahaya, Allah Haya Nawa Ahaya Kar. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our Yah is one. Hallelujah. And for those that don't want to come off as barbarians, you can find the Hebrew credo in Deuteronomy 6, chapter verse 4. Why is that thing going there like that? That's great. What's this? Just touch that little dog. Just touch that little icon right up on it. Oh no. Oh no. No. Whatever you hit, just hit it again. The devil and his tricks. Let me see it. Let me see the phone. One moment, Facebook. Be just bear with us.
Yeah, you flip right back on.
Yeah, but I don't trust it. I know how it goes. Yeah, it's gonna turn. Yeah. But it should.
Still recording right though. Thanks, sir. As long as you're recording right, it's all that matters. All right. Yeah, it's looking right. It's looking right. All right.
No,
Huh?
it ain't looking right. My fault. It's like a ending.
You said it ended.
What it look like? It's turning on.
That's fine. Facebook, we're gonna come right back on, man. YouTube, let's let YouTube roll. YouTube, just give us 1 second. Just go ahead and click that finish button. Facebook, those who are watching with us, if you're still on, I don't understand how it's playing right on your phone, but it looks like it ended on his. Facebook, those who are watching with us, if you're still on. And just go out of that video and then go back to my page and see what you see. Look. Hey, y'all go to my page right now and look and see what y'all see. It's what it is. It's right after that?
Yeah. I don't know what's up with this.
Facebook. So it's live and it's straight. It look right. All right, let's roll. Let's roll. Come on. Let's get it. Put them all off. All right. Well. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, anytime where you're trying to do something different, there's always going to be the enemy and his little tricks and scams to try to throw us off of what we're doing. So that just lets me know how important this word is, what we got for today. So that means that that's just exciting me more and more to go in and dive into what the Most High has for us today. Hallelujah. Now, we was talking today as Sin As Better Day, and we were discussing the fact that there are two underlying factors that are continuing to plague our people. We're going to talk about some of the big picture things, but it's things that this truth of understanding that we're not Black, that we're not African American, because we're not going past that as far as, oh, Jesus is Black, or his name couldn't have been Jesus, or the converts are liars. All of these different things that we're going back and forth. Deuteronomy 28. We're dealing with those things, but I don't even think that we're fully understanding as a people, you understand, of what the curses have done to us. I heard an ox say this one time, and this is true. We're going to bring this out even more in depth later on. What you see in America, the so-called Black man, the so-called African American woman, is a recreation, it's a creation. It's not real. It's not who we were prior to coming to this country. And so a lot of the things that we hold dear as saying this is who we are was given to us by the Gentiles. We were reprogrammed. We were socially engineered. We were made in a lab called Babylon. And everything that we see and how we act and how we treat each other have been based on lies. And we adapted this as truth. To the point now you hear people say, this is my truth. After that, I mean, that's a new phenomenon that people say, I'm living my truth. So as I was saying, the two underlying issues that if you dig and dig and dig internally inside of us, inside of Israel, while we're having a redundance of problems, a redundance of what they call generational curses, a redundance of failed marriages, failed relationships, failed communities, even failed assemblies. It's two things, colorism and is not knowing the path to true love. Let's go to Psalms. Let's go to the book of Psalms. So today's entitled, ladies and gentlemen, the lesson is entitled, Discovering the Path to True Love. Now, I know I'm going to probably get some backlash from the Pharisees. That's okay. You guys stay over there and auditor genealogies. I know by the time this lesson is over with, there may be some women that are upset. It's okay. That's by the time this lesson is over with, some dudes are gonna result into themselves. They're gonna say, I'm tired of being blamed for everything. Stop being wicked. Okay. Stop being wicked. Simple as that. The lesson today, once again, is entitled Discovering the Path to True Love. Now, let me put this out here because this is what I know I'm going to hear from the Pharisees. Listen, this whole idea of soulmates and finding a special loved one has got nothing to do with Israel. We had prearranged marriages. You're not telling me something I don't know. But what we're not factoring into that is that these prearranged marriages that our family set up during the time when we were in Israel was based on the fact that these families had relationships with each other going back generations. And so the daughter that was getting raised by Joseph over here, and you knew that she was learning everything you learned, valued everything you valued, had the same ideal and goal of furthering the family's legacy, so that we need to have no conversation like we have to have today. You didn't need to break that down. Okay, that was simple as that. When your daughter got of age and you went, you understand, to John and talk to him about his son, you didn't have to figure out whether or not John was going to be a good provider. You didn't have to worry about whether John was going to be putting his hands on your daughter. You didn't have to worry about whether or not if John had been taught to honor the law and to keep the commandments and to feel as if the Most High is the head of the household. You didn't have to worry about that. But ladies and gentlemen, that's not so today. And we're hoping that as we raise this new generation, that we can get to that point, but we're not there today. So anybody talking about prearranged marriages, unless you're in an assembly or a community which you've been in the truth 15, 20 plus years, that day is not arrived yet. You understand? We have work to do to get to that. By the time we get back to the wilderness, hopefully we can get to back to that aspect of relationships and marriage, but we're not there yet. You understand? I remember we was having a conversation one time before, and we was talking about these guys. It was a girl. It was some situation where there was a girl that was 18 and she was talking to a 28-year-old guy, and everybody was like, Man, you know you too old for this, and that. And I was just like, well, a 28-year-old guy in the world with a worldly mentality. Yeah, I don't want to know no way around my 18-year-old daughter. A 20-year-old man is in his truth. You understand? That's not the same guy. Oh, he's a predator. Nah, he's ready to build a legacy. He went off and got himself prepared to receive a wife, to take care of a wife. You got a guy that's 18 years old growing up in America. That guy's mentality is not ready yet. Sitting home playing video games and watching YouTube. Nah, that's not the guy. He got some things he got to do unless he's been raised in his truth. And this is not what it is. If you came into the truth and your children are 12 plus years old, there's a lot of digging you got to get up out of there. But that's another lesson for another time. That's why I'm saying we're only going to be touching the tip of the iceberg today. We're talking about discovering the path to true love. That's a long path. You understand? So I want to put this out here, ladies and gentlemen, but I'm not saying that I'm giving you all the answers to find your spouse. I'm not promising you that. Okay, this ain't a one size fit all here. This is not going to be a cookie cutter thing. That if you do what elders say, you're going to find your Boaz. No. I'm going to put that out there because, that's what these guys are promising. They make you feel like, hey, this is the answer to everything. No. What I believe and what I'm trusting the Most High is that this is the start of a new conversation, a start of a new perspective. It's going to be the start of the path for many of us. And some of us are going to have to realize we've been walking the path. We got to go take a complete exit off of this path and go back and just reroute the whole thing. You take that wrong turn, that GPS say rerouting. That's what I hope you do by the time it is. Rerouting. That's what I need you to see. That might be the next lesson, the rerouting. You understand? I'm telling you. So I don't want anybody going to these lessons and thinking that this is going to be the answer to everything. It's not. It's going to be the start to finding your own answers. You understand? So let's deal with some things simple. We got 3 precepts that we need to jump out the gate with. And this is a disclaimer. If you're not willing to understand these 3 main things, then you might as well turn the computer off, or if you hear better days, you might as well leave. So I'm gonna put that out. Let's go to Psalms 1, right? Psalms 1, verse 1.
Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly,
Right.
nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful.
Israel, I'm telling you right now, if the people that you are seeking advice for, as far as about finding your spouse, men, and for being found women, if these guys are wicked, you're done. You don't have a chance. I don't care who they are, how long you've known them, how well you are established, Iyanla cannot fix your life. You understand? I don't care how good it sounds. I don't care how much it makes sense or it's facts. No. Facts is big facts. No, we're not. No. Read it again.
Blessed is the man that walketh.
Blessed is the man and the woman. If they are not keeping law, statutes, and commandments, you cannot follow their counsel. I'm talking about the path to true love of the Most High. Now, you can find your boo thing. You can find your wifey. You understand? You can get your power couple with listening to these guys. But I'm talking about what the Most High has for you. There ain't no magazine seeking this. There ain't no so-called reality TV breaking this down. Marriage boot camp, that ain't marriage boot camp. That is the devil's playground. That's what it is. Okay? These guys are making a mockery of our people. Okay? You're not gonna go on a reality show and take a compatibility test and then marriage at first sight. Tell us this, man. Okay. None of this, I'm telling you, you can't bring any of this stuff. This is why we're talking about that Tuesday night. This whole, the world, how the world sees a soulmate, it cannot be part of your definition. You can't walk in the council of God, what else do you? You can't be sitting down there talking to Delilah, brother, and think you're gonna have a wonderful marriage. You can't be talking to Barabbas and dissing Joseph. Mary, I'm feeling Barabbas, but Barabbas out there, he's body. Okay. This is not gonna work. You can't be dating online. You can't be on no part of no online chats. You can't be going to the bars and the clubs. None of that. This is not where it's going on. And if you're going to these, you're involved in some of these assemblies, they're talking about we having date night and single night. Come on down, and we're gonna get you hooked up. You better run as fast as you can. Come on out to the single conference. We're gonna show you how to do it. Mm-hmm. And everybody gonna be back in the hotel fornicating and debauching up. You understand? You can't listen to none of these guys. Can't listen to none of them. What else?
You'll sit in the seat of the school.
You can't be talking to women who live their whole life, ladies, making terrible decisions and allowing you to influence you to make the same one. Man, they did no good by me. I'm telling everybody that I ever dated, they never done nothing good for me. Really? Really? What did you meet the guy? Yeah, I met him at what's the spot? Chocolate City. Okay. Okay. He did take me to Waffle House afterwards, though. All right. Brothers, you can't be sitting around and talking to me. Man, these black women out here, they ain't about nothing but money. They ain't about nothing but just trying to use you for your cash. But you ain't got no money. What is you? Use you for what? What money? You have none. They ain't want to deal with me because, I ain't all up on it like that. You know what I'm saying? But if I was out here hustling, if I was out here doing this, if I was out here not lying, if you had any goals and something in life that you inspired to have, if she could actually trust you past, going to the store and you actually come back from the store, if you didn't take every dollar you got and flipped it and smoked it up, I can't then probably, So these people that's scornful don't want to hold themselves accountable. You can't be sitting around talking to people. The only thing it's going to do is fuel you to make you think their reality is yours. Misery loves company. So I'm telling you right now, these are some of the initial things that you're going to have to make sure that before we get into digging into the real things, you're going to have to make sure that your process, the way you've been living, how you've been getting down, you need to do some self-examination of it. Okay? Now, let's go to Sirach 25. Sirach 26. As I said, there's some things that's gonna have to be said here today. That you're gonna have to take it on the chin. It's gonna hurt. But I believe that if you take it in, and receive it, it'll lead to better decisions tomorrow. Better decisions tomorrow lead to better outcomes. Same decisions, same outcome. D, what is the definition of insanity?
Do the same thing over and over, expecting a different result.
And that's what we do, right? Daddy lived a certain way, the son take on the daddy's lifestyle. Wonder how he ended up same place daddy did. Daughter look at mama, do the same thing mama did. Raises her daughter to do the same thing. It's called insanity. But because we don't know that what we're doing is insane, and we think it's the black way, we get the promises that's laid up for the blacks. I'm going to talk about that. Sirach 26, verse 23. Watch this.
A wicked woman is given as a portion to a wicked man.
Read it again, D.
A wicked woman
is
given as a portion
is given as a portion
to a wicked man.
to a wicked man. So if every person you dated, did you dirty, did you wrong, was wicked, was bad, that is a clear indication that you are wicked. And no one wants to admit that. It's everybody else's fault. He used me for my body and left me. Why did you have sex with him the first night? That part of the conversation never comes up in the story when you talk about how the guy used you and abused you. That never comes up. All she did was take my money and never did anything for me. You was the dummy that you knew for 2 weeks, started paying the rent, putting gas in the car, putting the hair done, and all that. That was you. You were the dummy. And I'm gonna tell you something else. I'm gonna put this out here, and I know this is gonna ruffle some feathers. This whole idea of the initial date, where I gotta go spend $50, $60, $100 on you on initial date, you have must lost every ounce of brain function for real. And yet, even the level of expectation, you gotta be kidding me. I don't know you. We've just been talking for a few weeks, and you think I'm taking you to a restaurant and spend $150 on you? You are out of your mind. Okay? All this whole idea of living to impress. These women sit back, men, and when they see you willing to do that, oh, he's a mark. He's a mark. Yeah, he took me downtown, took me to the Grand Central restaurant, dropped $250 on me. He's a mark. 2 days later, oh, I just don't know what I'm gonna do. What's wrong, baby? Talk to me, baby. No, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Wait, talk to me. I'm here for you. I ain't like them other dudes. I'm gonna be here for you. I know you're different. I can tell you're different. 6 months later, man, ain't women out here, man. Beautiful. Read it again.
A wicked woman is given as a portion to a wicked man.
I'm sorry. So what we need to do, ladies and gentlemen, on a serious tip, if every relationship has ended bad, you need to ask yourself, what part did I play in and how it started? One of the most confusing things to me is that I never understand how women get pregnant by a man that don't take care of the kids. I never understood that. And I'm not saying that to talk down to people, ridicule people. I just don't understand it. There is no way in the world that me, as a man, would ever consider being with a woman that I know won't take care of her children. It was impossible. You know the guy got 3 baby mamas and he took care of none of the kids. And he said, this time is going to be different for me. Yeah, it is. It's going to be worse. So these are the things, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna have to deal with out of the gate. I'm gonna show you through the Spirit of the Most High what even led to us even having this mentality in the first place. That everything is off. I'll show you that in a minute, but read that again. It says what?
A wicked woman is given as a portion to a wicked man.
Go ahead.
But a godly woman
is
given to him.
To who?
To him
Uh-huh.
that fears the Lord.
Y'all see that? So this is why, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm trying to put the cart before the horse. If you desire a spouse, the initial things that you need to be concerned with is not who's out there, but who you are on the inside. The more you fix you, the better you will have to receive who the Most High has for you. Because this is what I try to get across to people that people don't understand. If the Most High has a son and he has a daughter that he has molded, developed, and empowered, you think he's going to give them to you? That's what we don't want to ask. Men always talk about, no, I just want a good woman. But you're a terrible human being. Why would the Most High entrust his daughter with you? Ladies, why would the Most High entrust his king that which he is empowered to rule the world with a woman that don't appreciate nothing? Run off in the mouth on side. You think he's going to give you to him? So you need to, these are the things that we got to look at ourselves and say, am I worthy of this? Not worthy of the person, but worthy of what the Most High said. You understand? These are the questions that we have to ask ourselves. It all starts in here. Come? Now, let's go to 1 Corinthians 11. Last thing. Last issue. Yeah, we got to figure out that. We got to be willing to accept. Not willing to accept this? It's over. It's over. It's over. Right. Exactly. 1 Corinthians 11. Let's get verse 3.
But I would have you know that the head of every man is Hamashiach.
Man, every man want to walk around and say, I'm the head of the house, I'm the king, you go to listen to me. And no woman should ever listen to a man that ain't listening to his king. Ladies, let me put this out here. Now, I ain't worried about this for my ladies a better day, but I'm just gonna put this out here for my ladies, my sisters, my aunties, for my extended family, for my set apart assembly family, for those that I minister to and counsel across this country. If you come to me talking about you want me to marry you, and the only thing you can say is, he go to church. Ain't happening. You think, now, that's that Christian church stuff, that you can go to church here for 5 years and just show up with a guy one day and say, Pastor, we's getting married now, and you think I'm a American? Not happening. See, that guy's gonna charge you to marry, he's gonna charge you to use his church, so he doesn't care. Okay. Me, on the other hand, I know I gotta answer to the Most High. I'm not putting my name on nothing, my blessing on anything. So, the only thing you can say is, you go to church. Or, he know that we Israel. No. Yeah, you don't know how many times I've heard that. Your elder, but well, tell me about it. Does he know that we're Israel? So do the Jewish people. You gonna marry one of those? What are you talking about? He might well marry Jim Crow Joe. He know who he is. Or this is another one that say, yeah, man, I gotta stop eating pork. But if it wasn't the Sabbath, I would say something else, but I won't say that. You can just imagine what I was about to say, but those who know me, you know exactly what I was gonna go with that. And he didn't talk, but, you know, what about that? I'm just saying, men, you're not going to get what the Most High has for you. You don't deserve what the Most High has for you until you bow your knee to the King. You run the house. The King, the Shire run you. You rule the house, but Yasha rules you. You leave the house, but Yasha leaves you. Period. So you got to get your orders from somewhere else. When you're bringing the orders back to the wife and to the children, you got to go first get your orders from the King. You're not running nothing until you ran to the Most High. Go ahead.
And the head of the woman is the man.
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies, you out here listening to these women, listening to this world, listening to these weak pastors out here that's scared to go home with their wife because they ain't running their house. They coming up with all these other excuses, these talking around it. Well, you know, it's really a team effort and we're really, okay. And let me say, put this out here. I'm gonna drop 2 nuclear bombs. Number 1, I don't care if you make 2, 3, 4, 5 times as much money as he makes. You are not in charge. If you can't handle that, don't marry a poor man. You're not running anything just because you pay more bills. We're living in captivity. Things is messed up. This is the order of the Most High. This is what it said based on who pays more. If you go out and you make more money than the person that you married, you still are not in charge. It's a team effort. Number 2, and more importantly, you don't have the right to say, he doesn't deserve me to follow him. Why did you marry him? He don't deserve it. You put your name down beside him. Evidently, you said he deserved it. You're proving, you're talking to him. So unless this blueprint in which the Most High is left is the way you're looking to be, do not go into the Most High if you're not going to want to be in submission. And this whole thing too, this talking it, doing the proving stage, and then coming out with the real you afterwards, raw, the real tragic. Women, y'all good at that. Hey, baby, you hungry? Got some chicken in there for you. I've been thinking about you all day. Okay, man, that's all right, man. She good, but she different than everybody else. 2 months later, now he's in, mine's them. Who that guy is? Chef Boyardee. What happened? Who are you? This ain't no doing right until you get what you want. And then now it's, hey. I'm telling you, I'm trying to be real. I'm making it funny, but I want you to understand. But simply talking to those who are going to this path, those who are already in it, Most High Christ bless. That's another lesson for you guys. But these are the things that we're going to have to accept. We're going to have to look inside of ourselves and to recognize prior to making these decisions. If we don't, you cannot expect to get from the Most High what you desire. Okay? Now, let's go to Ecclesiastes 12. I need you to hold that and get Isaiah 1. Now let's talk about why things have not worked out. Let's talk about why. Because, and we gotta be serious now because this is real. When I talk to people, this is men and women across the board. As I say often, people are not inherently evil. Even though TV and music and movies promote evil as if this is just, I don't believe that. I don't accept that. Now, we're getting to that point where we're getting more and more evil and less mindful of others. But at this current moment, we're not. And I truly believe that every person really, if they could write their picture, if they could write their story, I truly believe that the majority of people in this world would love to have one wife, one husband, one man, one woman that they spend their life with and just have their families and experience and enjoy life until they leave, until they go back home to the Most High. Now, I know that, TV throws guys want to be out here with all these women, and now even women now are trying to take on this idea, this mindset of men. But I don't think that's real for everybody. And I know guys who do that, and the majority of those guys that are doing that are only doing that because they hurt. They never tell women that. They'll never be real about it, but they're really running from the truth. They're running from something that happened when they were 16, 17, 18. And so they just turn savage. And they think this is going to protect them, when it only causes them more pain. So let's deal with the first initial thing that is the reason why relationships are not marriages. Relationships and marriages have not been what we truly desire as a people. Ecclesiastes 12, verse 1.
Remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not.
Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know how this happened, but I do know how it happened. We were never taught, even for those who went to church on a regular basis. I know it's different for some. I've heard some good stories, but I'm talking about across the board, predominantly. Our people were never taught to establish a relationship with the Most High at a young age. It's just not something that we stress. I remember back in the day when I was in the Christian church, when it came down to Christmas, I used to say this to people all the time. I said, imagine if we never lied to the children and told them that this fake Santa Claus was bringing them gifts. I used to say, imagine, because I'm saying this is OL thinking that Christmas is about Jesus' birthday. I used to say, imagine if we were telling the children at 2, 3, 4, 5 years old, it's Jesus' birthday, and on his birthday, he wants to bring other children gifts to celebrate his birthday. Now imagine you got a child 5 to 6 years old that's waking up on Christmas morning to all these gifts and saying, Jesus brought them to me. Then as that child gets older, you're telling that child, yeah, I have the money to buy you this because Jesus gets it for me. Yeah, we eat every day because Jesus gets it for me. Now, imagine this child, by the time they get 13, 14, 15, they have this unmovable faith in Christ that now they're saying, I need something. Hey, who I'm going to go to? Jesus. But what we have done is we lied to them. We told the kids that some fake dude brought the stuff. So when we found out it didn't exist, Christmas didn't even mean anything to us until we got adults. Now it was just simply about, I'm going to get some presents. Nothing to do with the Most High. Even though we know now that it never had anything to do with the Most High. But the point what I'm saying is, there was an opportunity, even in paganism, to teach us as children to see everything, the Bible says in James 1, every good and perfect gift comes from the Most High. But we didn't do that. We didn't do that. Most parents don't even open the Bible with their kids. They don't pray with their kids. And this is the reason why they say like these PK kids, about preacher kids are the worst. It's because a lot of preacher kids and deacon kids and church leader kids see their parents be this way on Sunday morning and another way all week long. No relationship establishing. So everything about their lives, they learned from an external source outside of the Most High. If the cameras weren't running, their kids was here, I would tell y'all some of the early madness of what I learned as far as what sex was concerned. 5th and 6th grade. Really earlier than that, 2nd and 3rd grade. But imagine if I was going to church and the pastor was going open up the scriptures and saying, oh, the only people in the world are supposed to have sex are married people. Imagine if you're saying that, hearing that every Sunday. Instead of, we can't judge. Or, don't have sex so you don't get pregnant or catch STD. Friends having sex. She ain't pregnant. Homeboy having sex. He ain't got STD. Well, roll the dice. And then we buy a little white shirt and black tie, go in there, usher. Go there, sing, boy. Go sing on the choir. Nothing else outside of that. Read it again. He says, what?
Remember that now they're created in the days of thy youth.
In the days of thy youth. This is not talking about just kids and teenagers. This is talking about also young adults. 18, 21, 25, 30. How many people do you know at that age are serious about the Most High? When I started seeing, when I would come across back in the day, when I would come across a young person that was preaching 18, 19 years old, I would automatically take them up under my wings because I know exactly what I was doing at 18, 19. And the fact that this person has the desire to be used by the Most High, I found the error. So I made a point to try to protect them, pray for them, counsel them, mentor them. Because I thought it was just wonderful that these kids would even make an attempt to serve the Most High. But 9 times out of 10, they all fall, the adults will lie, and they never called in the first place, and then the kid goes off and life never, equals up to what it's supposed to be. So what happens? Verse 2. What's the rest of that verse?
For the evil days come not,
Right?
nor the years draw nigh when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them.
This is what happens. We wait until we got to that point where nothing worked out, everything ended in pain and disappointment, and then we try to come to the Most High for a quick fix. That's hustling backwards, y'all. That's hustling backwards. So these are some of the things we got to look at ourselves now and say, why did that happen? Because everybody didn't have parents that wasn't not making a attempt. Some parents actually tried, and you hated it. Some parents actually tried to spend time with their child in the Word, and they hated it. Making excuses, bad attitude. You're gonna wake up one day at 35, all your problems, you're gonna say, don't be that guy. I remember just on some other tips, I remember when I was growing up, teenager, that was a running joke in my hood, that when my homeboys would come down there to want to play basketball, they would say, you're well L. And they always say, Nick and Sam would say, wash dishes. It was a running joke. Well, wash dishes. I hated it, man. I was the only dude of my friends that had to wash clothes, hang out clothes, and wash dishes. I thought it was a punishment. I used to say, damn, why are you allowing this to be done to me? I'm a boy. Went to Fayetteville State and saw these guys up there that couldn't do nothing for themselves. I called my mama and said, Mama, I thank you. I'm talking about you got guys, clothes piled up for months because they couldn't even work a washing machine. Houses, the apartment is just like ramshack, I don't even know how to wash. I don't know what to do. And I just be like, y'all boy, wow. But I didn't appreciate it when my mom would teach me everything. I thought it was a woman's thing. And that's another thing too. I'm gonna put this out here. A lot of you men out there chasing mama. You're chasing mama because you ain't never done nothing for your life. Mama, you ain't. Listen, let me put this out here. Women, your son is not the man of the house. Until you get married, you don't have a man of the house. That dude 8 years old, yeah, he's the little man of the house. No, it's not, he's a boy. You treat him as a boy. But they are making these little boys think this is what a woman is gonna wait on you hand and foot, and then you go your whole life saying, well, mama did this, and mama did this, and mama did that, and mama did this. That's your mama, boy. That's your wife. You see how all of these different factors of how we're being raised with no man, no woman in the house, all these things lead to foolish mentality. What that verse 2 say, Deep?
Or the sun, or the light, or the moon, or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain.
So what happens is, We wait until everything is wrong and then want the Most High to make it right. Listen, how many of y'all got 40 years to wait? That's what it took to filter out all the foolishness out of Israel when we went in the wilderness into the promised land. Now, you do realize, ladies and gentlemen, that that process could have took 10 days. It was a 10-day trip if they went straight through. They went the long way around, then got there and said, hey, we're not able. Okay. 40 days in the wilderness. 40 years. You got 40 years? Anybody? Some of you ain't got 40 days. To be honest with you. Some don't change in 40 days. You may not see you no more. You understand? Now, let's go to Isaiah 1. Yeah. God, use of the Spirit. Isaiah 1. Let me show you this other problem. So, we all know we're in captivity. We're going to talk about that later on. But not in even the midst of captivity, not desiring and seeking a relationship with the Most High. Matter of fact, y'all hold that. Give me Psalms 37 real quick. Let me put this out here too right quick. Most High said we need to show you this too. So this is the problem too. So we didn't establish a relationship with the Most High. We didn't seek Him for the lifestyle we should live, the goals, the dreams that we have, the people that we date, the people that we talk to, the friendships, even down to the friendships. We're going to end this Rock 6 today. I'm talking about even just regular friendships affect your life. Platonic relationships affect your life. Men, the fact that you don't have any women in your life that is someone that you're not attracted to or trying to be with, I'm telling you, this is one of the main reasons why you do lost. The only people you got counts in your life is a bunch of ignorant, flesh-led men. It's going to be awful. It's going to be terrible. Listen, a relationship with women is vital. One of my best friends is my sister. And she helped me make a lot less mistakes than I would have made in life. Because I will be 125% convinced that I was right. And I called my sister and tell her, she was like, I swear you is dead wrong. What? So having a woman to be able to bounce things off of is a beautiful thing. Some people, they take advantage of that. They make it about them. And men, I ain't want to get under the fact that a lot of you are just only in it for yourself. What can I get out of it? You feel like you can't get nothing out of it? Gotta go. See you when I see you. As soon as the promise returns, you realize, I swear I didn't change. I swear I didn't change. Got me a J.O.B. now. Miss you. You're gonna be my man in the background. That's most guys right now, somewhere in the background, crying out, hollering. Psalm 37, verse 1.
Fret not thyself because of evildoers.
Fret not thyself because of evildoers. Go ahead.
Neither be thou envious against the workers of iniquity.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this is another problem. And this I have seen the rise of this in our women. Dudes have always been affected by the crowd, unfortunately. The whole idea of when in Rome, doing the wrong has always been a male mentality. But what I'm sad to see that it's affected our women more so in the last 15, 20 years. There was a point in time, ladies and gentlemen, ladies, that the majority of you would never compromise how you were raised for no man. But now you have allowed the ungodly woman to guide you and to allow you to pattern your life after her, feeling as if you have to compete. And I know I'm not being insensitive to this because I hear the stories all the time. I see it done all the time. You're a good woman. Went to school, work, take care of your own business. But you can't get no hands, you can't get no help. You can't get no love, you can't get commitment. Miss Booty Poppin' over here, on the other hand, is walking around in $400 purses, new cars, hairdos, wigs, getting put up, taking on trips. And you like, what is going on? And I'm starting to slowly see our women, clothes get tighter and tighter, shorter and shorter, and more revealing as the days go on. You can always see how, especially on social media, you can always tell when a woman has made up her mind, like, I don't care anymore, I'm about to go do me. Just look at the way she dressed started changing. One time before, it was just all selfies and on the way to work. Then next up, the picture that the phone went from up here to here. The shirt went from here to the side, to the back. Man, there was once upon a time a man valued work ethic, valued being able to be the person that was, responsible for his. And I'm not going to prosper off another man's downfall. I'm going to earn mine. Not no more. I'm taking down who I need to take down. It could be my homeboy, it could be anybody. Just to compete. What happened? What happened to us? But read it again, Deacons, it's working.
Hurt not thyself because of evildoers.
Right.
Neither be thou envious against the workers of iniquity.
Right.
For they shall soon be cut down.
Ladies and gentlemen, listen, don't let these people highlight reels make you think that this is the life. Listen, they're going to soon be cut down. And if they don't, then why? Why destroy your life? Is what I'm saying. Don't you value yourself, your own self-esteem more? Because ladies, some of you are doing these compromises and think you got to compete up with the Cardi B's and Nicki Minaj's of the world, but you going to sleep crying every night. And so is she, but they don't get put on the camera. You're not built that way. You're not built to be a man. And it's killing you. It's killing you softly, slowly, but it's killing you. You're not built for that. And man, I don't understand how you're willing to sell your soul for a few moments of pleasure. But they're gonna soon be cut off. What do you say?
For they shall soon be cut off,
Right.
cut down like the grass, and wither as the green herb.
What do you say?
Trust in the Most High, and do good.
And do what?
And do good.
And do good. Do good. What else?
So shall thou dwell in the land, verily thou shalt be fed. Delight thyself also in the Most High.
Don't look at this as an obligation or burden. Y'all know the story. Well, I was doing this, I was doing that, I was doing this, I was doing that.
Plan my life to.
And you might want to stay in the streets, bro. The Most High, listen, I'm telling you right now, the Most High don't want nobody that feel like they don't want to be here. Hey, you might as well just keep on being wicked. He's sitting there miserable. Man, this righteous life, boy, I tell you, this is boring. But count the cost now. I'm about to give my life to the Most High. It's gonna be a breeze. Well, you want me to be holy, right? Now, that's enough on that. Let's go to Isaiah 1. What is the other factor that is keeping us from being who we're supposed to be, thus not receiving who we are? This goes out to those in the world, those who might be in the Christian church. This is what's causing the problem. Isaiah 1, verse 2.
Hear, O heavens, and give ear, earth, for the Most High has spoken. I have nourished and brought up children, and they have rebelled against me.
And they have what?
Rebelled against me.
And they have rebelled against me. Because we didn't develop that relationship with the Most High in our youth. Because we took having him for granted or as a burden or as not necessary at the time, we don't even know that our lifestyle has been a constant rebellion to the Most High. In constant rebellion. Remember that lesson we did, rebel no matter the cause? No matter the cause, it's still a rebel. So what happened,
The ox knows his owner,
right?
And the donkey his master's great. But Israel doth not know.
But Israel don't know.
My people do not consider.
Israel, you are so proud to be American in a land where I know I'm free. We're gonna stand up and Esau gonna knock me right back down. You're a proud African American. And that goes out to you conscious folks. I ain't never been no slave. I was already here. What's your name? Tim Smith. That's it. I ain't never been no slave. I bet the Smith family things are different. This guy's talking about, man. I ain't never been no slave, man. Never. What's your name? Jim Thomas. I bet the Thomas family would beg to differ. Okay. If you was always here, your name would reflect it. Okay. I don't want to hear it. It's foolishness. Okay. Read it again for me,
The ox knoweth his owner.
The ox knoweth his owner.
And the donkey his master's crib.
Right?
But Israel doth not know.
No, bro, he don't know. He said what?
Israel doth not know.
No, man, I'm listening, bro. I'm an anti-vax.
Israel doth not know.
Nah, bro, listen, man, hey, I'm pro-vax, man. This is who I am.
Israel doth not know.
We gotta wear the mask.
Israel doth not know.
I'm against the mask.
Israel doth not know.
Listen, man, I'm a Democrat. I'm a Democrat, red Democrat. I'm a die.
Israel doth not know.
Listen, man, I'm a Baptist till I was born, Baptist till I die.
Israel does not know.
And that's who I am.
Israel does not know.
You don't know. You have not considered because you have no idea who you are. You base your life on a fabrication. And as a result of that, what happened? Verse 4?
A sinful nation.
We have become a sinful nation,
Laden with iniquity.
laden with iniquity. As my pastor say, wrapped up, tied up, tangled up. Go ahead.
A seed of evil.
A seed. Now we're producing seed of what? Evil doers. Go ahead.
Children that are corrupted.
Uh-huh.
They have forsaken the Most High.
They have forsaken the Most High.
They have provoked the Holy One of Israel unto anger.
Uh-huh.
They are all the way backward.
Go on. But you talk to our brothers and sisters in the Christian church, you tell them they ain't with the Most High, they'll call you a lot. Really push. You understand? This is very important. Hold that, give me Job 8. So because we don't know who we are, ladies and gentlemen, everything has been built on a lie. Everything. Job 8, verse 8.
For inquire, I pray thee, of the former age, and prepare thyself to search of their fault.
You got to go back and search this Bible about fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Okay?
For we are but of yesterday and know nothing.
Read it again, D.
For we are but of yesterday.
We are but of yesterday
and know nothing.
and know nothing. We think our people think we know everything. You can't, man, listen, man. Listen. You don't want to bring that Bible stuff around here to me. My family been doing good all this time. They know Bible. We don't need none of that. You say you're doing good. When last time you talked to your kids? How you been feeling lately? You just went down there to the cash phone place, right? Being to pay your light bill. You doing good. Why is your refrigerator filled with 40s instead of fruit and vegetables? Why the only thing that you take in your body to come out of the ground is loud? But you're doing good though. I'm straight. Fax that thing up. No wonder you need to trust it, because you sure don't trust the Most High. Shabbat Shalom, LaDon, good seeing you on this day. Now, as a result of that, let's go to Romans 12. I need you to hold that and get Deuteronomy 28. Speed this up today. I'm gonna speed it up. I'm gonna try my best to get all this said right quick. If we got a big day tomorrow, better day. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Down by the riverside, down by the riverside, down by the riverside, only down for the burden. Romans 12, verse 1.
I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of the Most High,
Go ahead.
that you present your bodies.
Slocky, Romans 10, Slocky, my bad. I'm seeing 4 precepts ahead right now. Let's go Romans 10, verse 1.
Brethren, my heart's desire and prayer to the Most High for Israelites, that they might be saved. For I bear the record that they have a zeal of the Most High, but not according to knowledge.
Ladies and gentlemen, there ain't nobody on the earth have a desire to please the Most High, to serve the Most High, to be pleasing in the eyes of the Most High, other than the so-called black man, so-called African American one. It is embedded in everything we do, everything we do. We are the only people on the earth that serve a God that don't look like us. Because we would focus on the fact of what they said Jesus did. If he died for us, if he rose and paid for our sins, I'm in it. If all this what I'm going through here in captivity, if I serve him and believe in him, if I make it to the Father one day, I'm in. You got Gentiles right now that's turning out. Listen, in this country, in America, no one would have ever been publicly against the Bible in the manner in which they are today. As soon as Israel woke up and started reclaiming this Bible, everybody is in that new age now. It's all about Buddha. It's all about yoga. Now the Bible's under question now. Now the Bible, we don't know if it's real. Now Shakespeare wrote the Bible, or it's everything now. They got anything and everything they can say. And our people simple as the days over going right along with it. Yeah, I heard that Shakespeare, he the one wrote the Bible. Yeah, that was a white man. That come from, yeah, it was a white man. The white man did this. No, man, it was Egyptian. That come from Egyptian mentality right there. We don't supposed to be serving Jesus. We supposed to serve Osiris Ra. When the last time you talked to him? No, I'm just saying. You ain't saying nothing. You just regurgitating something that an Edomite told you the same thing you think it's you. I'm an Egyptologist. No, you're French, man. You're French. That's what you are. You're Roman. Hotel. A CSA. You're Hamite. Look at the devil call it. Get that thing, man. All of you to it. The devil's mad. Just hit that gray button. Gotta be kidding me. If you think that's gonna start, man, it's a waste of time. Now, where we at? Romans 12, verse 3. Romans 10, verse 3.
For they being ignorant of the Most High's righteousness.
So now, because we're ignorant of God's righteousness,
and going about to establish their own righteousness.
Our people have established our own righteousness, called the Black Church. And everything that comes along with it. Remember, we talked about the other day, the four organizations that meant so much to me, so much to our community, has absolutely nothing to do with us. The so-called Black Church comes from Rome. The NAACP, started by Amalek. Black Lives Matter, Amalek. And what was the other one? Oh yeah, I don't want to go into that. That's a whole other thing. United Negro Colors Club. He never got $1 from it. But it was, oh yeah, and the HBCUs. Every one of the HBCUs now run by Edomites. Oh yeah, by the way, for all of y'all that said Jim Crow Joe loved you and gave you money, matter of fact, Trump is the one who gave the HBCUs the money, and Jim Crow Joe is the one who cut it. Just wanted to put that out there. Okay, you didn't know that. Trump is the one that gave the money to HBCUs, and your boy, your savior, Jim Crow Joe, AKA Sleepy Joe.
Richard disconnected. Richard Harry.
That's right there. That's Joe. That's right there. Biden disconnected. Joe Chuck and Pearls connected. Yeah, that's the one who cut it. So get your facts straight. When you say Trump the devil, and he is. Make no mistake. But they all the devil. At least one don't have a problem with telling me the devil. Now, So we ignorant of Yah's righteousness. Our people have went about to establish our own righteousness and what?
And submitted themselves unto the righteousness of the Most High.
And never submitted to the righteousness of the Most High. So what we have deemed as righteous, what we have deemed as the way we're supposed to live, is never lined up with the Most High. Okay? Now, let's dig into it now. Let's go to Deuteronomy 28. We want to know why. We want to know why. Why have we as a people continued to make the same mistakes over and over and over again? He didn't have an ear. Let him hear what thus says the Most High Almighty. There's a lot of things that we need to cover here in Deuteronomy 28, but we're not going to break all this down today. But I need you guys to see some very key things that have played a factor in the so-called Black, so-called African American community. Deuteronomy 20, no, Slack it. Now, we showed you in Isaiah 1 that our people are called ourselves everything other than who we are, the children of Israel. The so-called Black man, the so-called African American man is from the tribe of Judah, from the nation of Israel. He started Deuteronomy 28 and give me verse 1, where the Most High said he would do
And it shall come to pass,
it. It shall come to pass.
if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Most High.
Now, as I said, we never established a relationship with the Most High in our youth. Therefore, all of the major decisions that we made in our life, Most High not included. Here he's saying, what be?
If thou shalt hearken diligently to the voice of the Most High,
Go ahead.
to observe and to do all his commandments.
Now, you're going to a church that's telling you that the commandments are done away with. You've already been set up to fail. If you've been raised in a household whose parents don't honor the law, statutes, and commandments, you've already been set up to fail. If you watch TV that teach you the exact opposite of law, statutes, and commandments, if your music that you listen to teaches you the exact opposite of law, statutes, and commandments, you've already been set up to fail. Okay, so you see how important these things that we have taken for granted, how it's just been a domino effect. After one thing, got the one thing got the another. What else you say, D?
To observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day.
Right?
That the Most High thy Yah will set thee on high.
He what?
Set thee on high.
He promised to set his children on high. Go ahead.
Above all nations of the earth.
Now, so why, you say, why are we on the bottom? This is why. This is why. Verse 2.
All these blessings shall come on thee,
Right.
overtake thee, if thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Most High thy Yah.
Now, from verses 3 through 14 are blessings that cover every aspect of our life. So your family being blessed, your business being blessed, your communities being blessed, our nation being blessed. But look at verse 15.
But it shall come to pass,
But it shall come to pass.
if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Most High thy Yah.
So once, remember, we started out in 1 Corinthians 11. When it says that what? Hamasha is the head of what? Every man. So men, you guys out here talking about the black woman's fault. In Israel, who was running the house? starts with us. Right there. Every time I sit back and listen to these guys go in on the black woman, I sit back and listen right here. I said, more than, well, they probably must have never read Deuteronomy, anything to Deuteronomy. Because I don't remember black women being in charge of the household there. You talk about the fruit of it, let's deal with the root. Because we can talk about all day the symptoms, but if we ain't talking about what causes sickness, it doesn't matter. Read it again, D. Is this work?
For it shall come to pass if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Most High thy Yah,
Right?
to observe to do all his commandments,
Right.
and statutes which I command thee this day. All these curses.
All these what?
Curses.
All these what?
Curses.
All these curses.
Shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to make a statement, and I'm sorry if this offends you, but I must say it this way. The blood of white Jesus do not stop these curses. And I'm not saying that to be funny. I'm telling you the reality of the situation. Because when you listen to these guys, these Christian pastors, you ain't cursed now, you blessed. No, you're not. You're cursed. And until you accept that, you're going to have a problem. Look at the marriages. Look at the relationships in the church. Do they look blessed? Do you come to church? 5 years, one wife. On the 6th year, you see wife no more, new wife. What do you think little Johnny back there looking at D? What do you think he's thinking about? I could swap me out too. First lady coming in looking like she just left the what's the spot down there? What's the other spot? Short. What's the spot? The spot. No, not 935. The spot. The spot. So y'all boys ain't acting like, oh, hold on, something now. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Honest. Everybody got convenient amnesia here now. I said, guess you call my lawyer. I know the procedure. First lady looking like she just left honest. What do you think the little young girls in there think about? We're cursed. Watch this. Let's go down to verse 29.
And thou shalt grope at the noonday.
We shall grope at the noonday.
As the blind grope in darkness.
So because of this curse, ladies and gentlemen, our people are going around in the world right now blind. We can't see. Watch this. Hold that, D. Give me Revelation 3. Watch this. Let's dig up in it for real, y'all. Let's really get to the core of what's going on. Give me Revelation 3. Give me 17.
Because thou sayest, I am rich and increase of goods.
So now, because our people done made a little bit more money than we did before, we got cars now when mama didn't have to ride the bus. We got central air when we used to have fans. We going to McDonald's now instead of eating Mama Burger. We got McDonald's. Right? We got a little bit more money. We're taking vacations now. Go ahead.
And have need of nothing. And knowest not that thou art wretched.
But see, now we thought everything that we were living was based on competing with the Joneses, competing with the Gentiles. They convinced us to chase money. We got the money, but we didn't realize that we were what?
That thou art wretched
and
miserable
and poor
and blind
and naked. You naked with $1,000 suit on. You poor with a 700 credit score. Money in the bank, 401k. And Shai said, that's too poor. We got nothing. Because you don't got me. You don't got nothing. It seems, think about it. After I hear my parents, my grandparents, and the older heads talk, it seems like the more money we made as a people, the worse off we got. Because I used to hear them at the church talk about all the time, talking about some, only one was working was daddy. 10 kids, everybody in. Now daddy worked, mama worked 2 jobs, and now we still like, man, I don't even, one check, and then we're in the food line. We're in the line, and I need a food box. All this money that everybody's making, but as soon as something happens, everybody in the food pantry, everybody in the food bank. What is that telling us? What is that telling us? Now go back to Deuteronomy 28. He said, what this got to do with me finding my person, finding my true love? I'm telling you, all of it. It's the main factors. Because with all of this stuff that's not being talked about, you're choosing the person based upon all of this wrong information. Deuteronomy 28, verse 29.
Thou shalt grow at the new day as the blind grow in darkness.
Right?
And thou shalt not prosper in thy way.
Right?
And thou shalt be only oppressed. And spoiled.
And
removed. And no man shall say,
Abraham Lincoln ain't gonna do it. John F. Kennedy ain't gonna do it. Martin Luther King ain't gonna do it. Jim Crow Joe, Billy Clinton ain't gonna do it. Pastor ain't gonna do it. All of these people we've deemed as saviors. Because all of this happened, and we keep saying, we're straight, we're good, we made it, we've overcome. No, we haven't. Still getting spoiled, still oppressed forevermore. And this also, verse 30.
Thou shalt betroth a wife, and another man shall lie with her.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Willie Lynch. What happened to us in slavery? These are conversations that the majority of our people don't want to have. This is the things that happened to our families on those plantations, broke and damaged us in more ways than we ever could imagine. Because when a woman does not believe that she will be 110% protected by the man she lays in the bed with every night, that's a problem. And when the man feels as if he doesn't have what it takes to provide and to do what he needs to do for his wife and children, there is a problem. And when you have a system designed to destroy and to make sure that you don't have this level of comfort and hope, there's a problem. The issues that our people are having in their lives today can be traced all the way back to this that happened to our people on the slave plantation. And for all you Christians who saying that this ain't real, we're making it up. How about, I was watching this thing last night, and it's some of our people over in Nigeria that's waking up where they off a little bit because they over there talking about that they want the Jewish people to acknowledge them. Same thing our folks over here in America dealing with. Another lesson for another time. But the problem is that I lost my train of thought. Let me get it back. Okay. Lost it. Just on that point. But anyway, because we have not addressed these issues, our people. No, okay. That's all I said. Yeah. Over there right now, there are guys over there in Nigeria that are attacking our brothers and sisters over there that's learning who they are and saying that the reason why they're doing that is because of a 1960 civil war that happened. And because these people didn't win the independence from the country, now they're searching for some identity and validation. Isn't that the same thing that Christian pastors and apologists say about Israel right now? That we don't have no identity, we can't find ourselves, and so now we're trying to attach ourselves to something great like Israel. That's the same rhetoric that are coming out of our communities. Now they're dealing with it over there in Nigeria. They don't understand that this was told that was going to happen to our people as a form of the curse. It happened to us, and you got part of our population saying, I ain't never been no slave. The other part saying, man, they happened a long time ago. They ain't got nothing to do with me. The other part saying, they don't talk about us, they're talking about them. So you got all these people not coming to the realization, not accepting who they are. And then on top of it, those who do know, not even thinking it's playing a factor in their choices that they make every day. There's an underlying mistrust in the Black woman for the Black man. There's an underlying animosity inside of the Black man for the Black woman. And all of it is traced back to here. And because of this animosity and mistrust and disappointment and pain, all these choices being made, it's only causing more problems. Huh? Look at this. Read it again. Deuteronomy 28, verse 30.
Thou shalt betroth a wife, and another man shall lie with her. Thou shalt build a house, and thou shalt not dwell therein.
What happened? When our people was in West and South Africa, we were building those things, got took out, Hamites moved in. Come over here to America, same thing. Right after the so-called slavery ended, our people started building up stuff, slowly but surely, Esau came in and started taking the lands, taking the houses, taking everything. Central Park was a big community of our people, took that. They was talking about down there, I can't remember where it was at, but they was talking about our people owned a great part of land that was coastal land. And a lot of these hotels and stuff that got built up, they come in with that domain, what is that little stuff, the little hook Esau got in his law? What's that? When they can take your land. No, I'm talking about the government. What do they call it? No, it's domain, something domain. It's eminent domain. Where they could just make up something and say, yeah, we're gonna need this for this. Let me get that, run that. All of these things that are happening, this generation of pain, disappointment, hurt, all of this is a factor. What else?
Thou shalt plant a vineyard and shall not gather the grapes thereof.
Now, go down to verse 37. Look at this.
And thou shalt become an astonishment.
The child shall be what?
Become an astonishment.
Right?
A proverb.
A what?
A proverb. And a byword. Among all nations, whither the Most High shall lead thee.
Ladies and gentlemen, black is a byword. African American is a byword. The N-word is a byword. Thug is the name of a Hindu god. Diva is a Hindu goddess. I just named you just a few things that we call ourselves and live by it. These are all part of the curse. Therefore, if you have based your life on these bywords, you're off. So if you're around here calling yourself, I'm a real, and you made your life say, I'm a real, I do a real dude. I'm a proud black man. I'm an independent African American woman. You get what you got coming to the N-words, thugs, divas, blacks, and African Americans. The curse. Not conversation that we're not willing to have. We're not willing to talk about. Specifically amongst our Christian brothers and sisters, because remember I told y'all the other day that there's this movement that was going on 10 years ago when a lot of our people are saying, I ain't black, I'm Christian. That's even worse. I didn't even want to identify with your culture no more. Now you identify as a Roman. You might as well say, I'm a Roman. If you're calling yourself Christian, if you're calling yourself Democrat, Republican, you might as well say, hey, I'm white. African American, Afrikaners, European, Roman. America Vespucci. You're calling yourself a Roman, ladies and gentlemen, every time you say I'm an African American. So you didn't realize what we're doing as a people, proudly and boldly, and thinking this is the recipe for success, but it's the recipe for disaster. What has this got to do with relationships? Everything. Watch this. Go down to verse 54. Now here's what we really need to get to, right here. 54.
So that the man that is tender among you is very delicate.
Now, as a result of all of this pain that the so-called black man, so-called African American man, all the 12 tribes, the men of the 12 tribes, we're focusing on Judah right now. With everything he has went through, the bunk breaking, the watching his wife be raped, to see his children getting sold off, he can do nothing about it. To be beat up every time he was beating a man. And now look, you notice how it's even becoming now that as Israel, as men are coming back to themselves, now they got a new term called what is it called? Male toxic. What is it? What do they call it? Toxic masculinity. Yeah. So if you're a leader, you got bass in your voice, you want to be running things, you're not a simp, that's toxic masculinity now. They got in some high schools around the country that they're teaching the men, the boys in there, about, submitting to women and to allowing women to have more to say so of who you are than you. Got college courses, seminars where they're telling men, you don't need to be so aggressive. AKA be a buster. No, you shouldn't want to leave. That's the new word now, because now the influence is coming back and raising this man up. Now they're trying to make it seem like what the so-called black male is bad. Name a TV show where you see a real one of us on it. Every so-called black man on a TV show is either a transgender, a sodomite, or running behind his wife like this. What you want me to do, dear? What you want? Okay. Look in the commercials now. Well, once upon a time, when they would promote washing powder, it would be women. Now, every time you turn around, there's a man in there washing clothes. Is it wrong for a man to wash clothes? No. But the problem is, they got the woman at work and the man home wash clothes. It's the opposite of what the Bible says. You see the commercials where the black man is in there working in the kitchen and making lunches while the wife is going off with a suitcase and walking out the door. Look at all the sitcoms. Look at how the black man is represented. And that's the ones that they deem not sodomites and transgender. And if not, you're being celebrated as a transgender. That guy got courage. He's willing to stand up and be who he is. So they're trying to come now and reroute. They've been rerouting, fighting this awakening of Israel. But the Most High said that the man will get what?
Tender among you.
He's gonna cut tender among you and very delicate. Go ahead. Y'all see that? So y'all thought this so-called black on black crime, the drug dealers, the willing to destroy his own brother, kill his man, rob his man, that's the curse. Why is there nobody? I ain't seeing no one else in America do this but black people. What is it? They're animals, they're savage, not a curse. Most I said, this is what would happen to us. You think this guy's gonna be a good provider? What else is there about him? What else he gonna do? And he hated the wife on his bosom. You didn't know that was part of the curse too. You thought you go to therapy and work it out, right? You thought the young was gonna fix your life. She's a Buddhist priestess. You're gonna go to her for help, but not your brother that's telling you to get back to the law, statutes, and commandments. You're sitting down holding hands, talking to some transgender sodomite in a dress, telling you this is what you need to do to really understand your woman. What? Ten ways to have a successful marriage. But the Bible says this will be part of the curse. So I got hatred, I got evil in my eye to my brother. I hate my wife, and what else? And I hate my children, and I'm gonna do what? Which he shall do what? Which he shall do what? Which he shall leave. Oh my God. Why the black man is a deadbeat? Because he's cursed. Oh, you thought it was just a man? Go down to verse 56.
A tender and delicate woman among you, which would not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness or tenderness.
Now, the woman who used to value and pride herself in being tender and delicate, instead, no, I'm not being that anymore. Wow. You thought you made that decision, didn't you? It's part of the curse. So you got the man that went from strength and power to weak, and the woman that strength was in her beauty and her tendencies and her devil like, nah, I'm the man now. This is the curse. Y'all seeing this? The Bible is the only answer. But if you go to the Christian church, they're going to tell you, you better sow your way into it. You give me $50 for the next 50 months. In 50 days, you'll meet your Boaz. Brother, all you gotta do is go increase your credit score, get yourself together, and I'm telling you, you're gonna have your queen. Read it again, D.
The tender and delicate woman among you, which would not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness.
I'm completely opposite of that now. I have no desire to be that anymore. What else did she say, D?
Her eyes shall be evil toward the husband of her bosom.
I hate that guy. You'll big up every man except the father of your children. Every other man is great. The one that have my children is a bum. You'll go cook the pastor a 7-course meal and won't even put cheese on the bologna sandwich for your husband. You won't even bother to cut the tomatoes up for him. You use sex as a weapon. You hate him. It's the curse. What else? Who else she hated?
And toward her son and toward her daughter.
And she hated the children. You ruined my life. I had a life before you. You destroyed my body. I think I'm gonna get on birth control. I'm gonna tell my husband he gotta wear condoms now. I really had a life before you kids came along. You ruined it. They tell you, and they make sure they tell the kids that every day. I was somebody before you came. There once upon a time, our women just prided themselves in being mothers, and our women have sat back and let these Gentile women make you feel bad by being the beautiful homemakers that you used to be. You look just like your daddy. Daddy looking at his child, you ain't gonna be, cause I ain't. Laughing, but it ain't funny. Discovering the path to true love. So how do we do it? What is the first 2 steps? Let's go to Lamentations. Man, it's only 2 hours. I have nowhere to go. We're making a part 2. We gotta go forward next week. Man, you got to chill with all these precepts, man. Let's go to Lamentations 3. I need you to hold that and get Ephesians 4. Let's talk about how we got to hear before we get into the blueprint. Lamentations 3, let's get verse 39 and 40 there.
Wherefore doth a living man complain? A man for the punishment of his sins.
So, ladies and gentlemen, the Most High is saying, how do we have the audacity to sit about and complain the life in which we have when we the one made the decision to go away? And the fact, number one, read that first part, D, what he said.
Wherefore doth a living man complain?
Why is a living man complaining? Because I'm telling you, a lot of stuff you did, most people are dead now. The Most High said, how you living and you complain? I should have took you out. And you complaining? I should have wiped you out. Verse 9? I'm sorry, verse 40.
Let us search and try our ways, and turn again to the Most High.
Let us search and do what?
Try our ways.
Try our ways.
And turn again to the Most High.
And turn again to the Most High. Ladies and gentlemen, sitting around complaining about what happened, it's over. Let's search our ways and go home to the Most High. Sit around talking about how everything went wrong, how nothing has worked out, is a waste of time. Every day we refuse to change, it's a day longer in our mess. Come? Now let's go to Ephesians 4. So we got to stop complaining. We got to cancel the pity parties. Okay? Because I'm telling you, Yahshua ain't coming to the pity party. He ain't coming. But Satan, he gonna be there at the beginning, he'll shut that party down. He gonna be there all night, everybody be to the left, Satan will be there. Go. He love the pity parties. Yahshua ain't coming. Yahshua get that invite to the pity party and be like that. Let's go. Ain't coming. Not coming. Ephesians 4, verse 31.
Let all bitterness and wrath and anger and clamor and evil speaking be put away from you with all malice.
You gotta let it go. All the bitterness. I know, listen, I'm not insensitive. I'm not insensitive to some of the things you guys are going through. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that you don't have a reason to be mad. What I'm saying is you have reason to get past it because you want better for yourself. You should look at people, think twice. You should be more considerate. You should be more cautious, but don't shut the door to the person that Most High has for you because you let the wrong person in. That's why I showed you, that's why the Most High said it first, search your ways, because you gotta realize they can't get in unless you let them in. Go ahead.
And be ye kind one to another.
And be ye what?
Be ye kind one to another.
Ladies, I'm specifically talking to you. Nothing breaks my heart more to see a kind, compassionate woman become evil and dry because of bad decisions. It breaks my heart when I see that. To me, it's worse than when a lot of girls, I see girls turn promiscuous, because they can get past that. Sometimes that's only like a little fakeness. But that closing it up, that stop being kind and nice, being nice. Some girls are just so nice and so thoughtful, and then they just, that breaks my heart. Don't ever allow a person the ability to change who you are. Most High gave you that heart for a reason. What else is that, Dave?
Be ye kind one to another, tender-hearted,
Tender-hearted,
forgiving one another,
forgiving one another.
even as the Most High, for our sake, has forgiven you.
See that? You gotta forgive. So you gotta search your ways. You gotta see what part you play into, hold yourself accountable. And then the next stage, in discovering this path, is you're gonna have to forgive those who have hurt you. And I'm gonna tell you right now, we say on the surface a lot of times, man, yeah, I forgave. But if every time their name is brought up, there's a rise in you, you have not forgiven them. I remember, I'm gonna talk about me. I ain't gonna talk about nobody else. I'm talking about me. I remember, I had a situation with someone I dated in the past, and, I used that for the streets to turn savage for about a year and a half. Savage life, right? And then so, praise be to the Most High, He pulled me out of it. And then, I was just like, yeah, I forgave. But every time someone would bring up that person's name, I would immediately go into like, man, and then I called my daddy one day, and I just thought about it because I was worshiping. I just listened to a song, and God was talking about forgiving. And I saw at my dad, I said, Dad, how you know if you forgive somebody? He said, the way you know you forgive them is that if their name brought up, your mind, your attitude don't change. If it changes, there's something left there. And I noticed every time this person's name was brought up, I went on a rant for at least 10 to 15 minutes. There ain't no forgiveness if you that mad. That's big mad, as they say. And I had to look at myself. I said, okay, I have not truly forgiven this person. So we gotta be careful. We gotta make sure that we forgive people because the Most High has forgiven us. Unforgiveness is one of the greatest blessing blockers in Israel. Hold that, give me Mark 11 right quick, so we can make sure that's settled as far as the forgiveness, and then we're going to end off on this blueprint. I want to get to Sirach 6 right quick too. Mark 11, verse 25.
And when you sin, pray, forgive. And if you have an ought against any, that your Father also, which is in heaven, may forgive you your trespasses.
Right?
But if you do not forgive, neither will your Father, which is in heaven, forgive your trespasses.
Y'all see that? So don't let somebody be the reason why you don't get what the Most High has to do. Don't let a bum, ladies, that didn't do right by you 15 years ago be the reason why you missing out on your king today. I mean, come on, they do not deserve it. That guy ain't thought about you. He probably don't even remember your name. And you sitting there every night, like just looking up in the ceiling, like that. Going down to social media like that. Hate his girlfriend, hate his wife. Think she's somebody. She don't even know you exist, but you mad at her. And you don't even know she put up 10 times worse than what you ever put up with her. But you think you're missing out. You are. More pain. What was the forecast of life with this guy? Pain. All right? Now, let's go to Genesis 2. Let's go to the blueprint. Discovering the path to true love. We talked about this on Tuesday night when we dealt with the question of the soul. And I don't know about you, with Sam, when you just walked out, but I felt like I had the eyes of the daughters of Zion all over America looking at me like, who's this guy? That's because you got that residue of Oprah and Christianity still in your mind. There is dude laughing. Genesis 2. I wanted to go into Jasher, the Jubilees and break this down deeper. I'm glad I did because it would have been a 5-hour lesson now. Let's go to Genesis 2. And let's start at verse 15.
And the Most High Yah took the man and put him into the garden of Eden to dress it and to keep it.
So now we see here that at this point, there is no woman. To put that out there. So men, before there can ever be a woman in your life, your purpose must be established. Your purpose must be established. You shouldn't have no desire or any effort made to seek a woman until you first seek the Most High. Remember, Christ said of every man, Hamashiach is the head of every man, the man is the head of the woman, and the Most High is the head of Hamashiach. So that means that Most High is giving direction. It's coming to Yeshua. Yeshua is giving to the man, and then the man is giving to the woman, and the woman is giving to the children. It's order. See that? So men, right now, especially you young guys right now, talking about you want a wife, you need to first get your marriage right with Hamashiach. Remember, in that relationship, you're the woman. Okay? So I wanted to put that out there. You're in submission. Okay? Look at this. Verse 16.
And the Most High Yah commanded the man, saying, of every tree of the garden thou mayest freely eat, right? But of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil thou shalt not eat of it. For in the day that thou eatest thereof, thou shalt surely die.
Now, Princess brought this out earlier today when she was asking this question. And that's why I said, these kids are in the spirit. They don't even realize that we do that. I'll be going to drivers. This is why I be looking at them. Y'all think I'll be like, man, oh, this. No, I'm telling you. I knew when she said that, I'm like, she in the spirit. See that? Look at the babies. The babies in the spirit. Notice, let me bring it out again. No woman. When this commandment was given, there was no woman existing. Men, everything is wrong with this community, everything is wrong with your household. Your fault. When Eve ate of that apple, ate of that fruit, where was the man at? Exactly. If one time domestic violence should have been acceptable, it should have been that day. I know that's gonna get me in trouble right there. Should have battered her up. Even the ladies are agreeing with on this one. That should have been the one time domestic violence should have been okay. Too much ramifications on down the line. This one time you got to ask for forgiveness later. Hey, I'm sorry, baby. I swear I got change. He said, yeah, glad. Yeah, man. Hey, this one should have been one time. It should have been cool. Should have battered up. Now open fist, but you know. It's just, he should have hit it with that arm right there when he walked out there and seen him talking in that garden. He should have hit it with that the Eddie K. Even I think you overstepping your boundaries. You know what I'm saying? But in all seriousness, this commandment was given to the man. To the man. The failure of the woman to keep it meant that it was failure of the man. Now, remember, watch this. Let me go ahead and show it to you right quick so y'all know what I'm talking about. Let me make it clear. Go over the tree. And let me show you what I'm talking about. Chapter 3, verse 6.
And when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and that it was pleasant to the eyes, and a tree to be desired to make one wise, she took of the fruit thereof and did eat, and gave.
Now notice right here, the woman ate, and nothing happened. See that? Woman ate, nothing happened. Right? So right here, that is proof to you right there that the Most High was not holding Eve responsible for carrying out this commandment. It's very important, man, that you see this. This is not giving ladies a G-pass. This is about order. Now watch this. Did he? Nothing happened. Go ahead.
And gave also unto her husband with her, and he did eat.
And then what happened?
And the eyes of both of them were open,
And then everything changed. Are y'all seeing this? So man, if your family is in turmoil, it's on you, bro. If you don't want to listen, that's on you. Have you gave her a will to listen to? Have you gave her something to follow? Remember, a wicked woman is a portion for what? A wicked man. Now, back to Genesis 2. So this was a commandment. This was the purpose. His job was to keep the garden. He had his purpose. He had the commandment on how to do it. This is what he's supposed to do going forward. Now, after the purpose has been given, then verse 18 says what?
And the Most High God said, "It is not good that the man should be alone.
Right?
I will make him and help me for him."
Now I'm gonna make him a woman that's fine and tickle his flesh.
I will make him and help me for him.
I'm gonna make a woman that's gonna get it popping for me anytime he asks.
Make him and help me for him.
I'm gonna make him a woman so I can front her around so that all the men can be jealous of me.
Make him and help me for him.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is why women were created. And ladies, if you are not willing to see yourself as the help me for your king, you might as well stay in the Christian church. You might as well keep on going after Boaz and all this other stuff that they're telling you in the world. Because the Most High is not going to provide a king for you until you accept your responsibility as the help me. Everything about your life must be driving upon the driving force of your king's purpose. So does that mean that your desires and your things are not important at all? Nobody said that. So don't read into what we're saying here. We should be happy. There are some things that the Most High has planted inside of you that's important. But all of them are secondary to the furtherance of your king's purpose. And ladies, I understand that this goes against everything you've been taught, everything you know to be true, everything you even wanted for. But this is the Bible. And if you're following a higher, this is what he said. Don't put it off on me. Don't allow this rhetoric that's going on in the Christian church saying, oh, these men teach this because they want to be dominant. He already said I was. I don't need you to be telling me I'm dominating a rulership. You already told me that. So you have to accept this as your responsibility. Now, let's go down to verse 21.
And the Most High Yah caused a deep sleep to fall upon Adam, and he slept, and he took one of his ribs and clothed of the flesh instead thereof.
Here we go. We talked about this too tonight. Men, in order to get your queen, you must lose something about you that is good to you. Anything that's going to prevent you from being the perfect man that you're supposed to be, you gotta let it go. There's a sacrifice in you that must take place. The woman cannot be the one solely responsible for sacrificing herself. You have to sacrifice you as well. You understand? There's both a level of sacrifice that the man has to make and the woman has to make prior to coming together. Without those sacrifices being made outside of each other, there's going to be a problem when you come together. We said this the other day. A woman does not need to be complete. She's already made from the whole thing. Man is the one that needs to be completed. So the woman does not walk behind the man. She sure better not be walking in front of the man. She needs to be walking beside you. Real, back, one. And you know the other act, but we'll get to that in a minute. Verse 22.
And the rib which the Most High Yah had taken from man made he a woman, and brought her unto the man.
And did what?
Brought her unto the man.
Right?
And Adam said,
right, stop right there. This is another aspect. When the woman was created, who was the first voice that she heard? Read it again, D.
and Adam said,
No, 22.
And the rib which the Most High Yah had taken from man made he a woman.
So the Most High made the woman.
And brought her unto the man.
And brought her to who?
Unto the man.
And then what happened?
And Adam said,
Who the first verse she heard? See that? This is the reason why, ladies and gentlemen, that you have women in this world that can be led astray and led to do any and everything by a man. Because she's designed to follow the voice of the man. If that man does not lead her to where she needs to go, she's way over there. This is why she must grow up in a household where the father is keeping law, statutes, and commandments, speaking into her life, empowering her outside of any sexual or intimate things of a relationship. Unfortunately, there's many women that the first time they hear they're beautiful is by a man that wants something from them. The first time they hear that they're special, it's from a man that wants something from them. The first time they hear anything good about themselves, it's always followed up with, I'm telling you what you do today. That's not how it's supposed to go. Whether these women can admit it or not, all these pretend men that's becoming men and all this, what they want to be, a woman is designed to follow the voice of a man. This is the reason why many women are miserable, sad, depressed, because they have blocked the voice of a man. I'm independent. I don't need no man for nothing. I can go to the sperm bank, give me a kid. I can go to social service, give me some money. I can go to a job. I can go to college. I can do this. I can do this. I don't need no man for nothing. That's not her design. It doesn't make you any less. This is who you are. You're gonna have to accept that. Which means that if you understand that you are designed to follow the voice of a man, you won't let every man be sticking into your life. You're not gonna be listening to every man that come along. Every con artist is talking slick talk and all this. This is why, ladies, and I'm gonna put this out here too. Put this out here. There's a problem right now that's going on with the transition from our people from the Christian church until Israel, to the Assemblies, the truth. A lot of ladies right now, because you've been used to doing everything on your own and no man really stepping in and leading, you feel that this is male chauvinist what you see when you come over to Israel. It's not, it's order. For the ladies that don't have a father, don't have an uncle or someone that's in your life, that's keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, that elder's responsibility is to be that for you until your kingdom. You understand? But man, you're not supposed to abuse that for your benefit as well. Do you? Let's make sure we cover all bases. Give me Sirach 4:10. Let me put that out there for the busters, for the marks, for the two-bit hustlers, the slick talkers, for the sugar daddies. Let's put that out there too. Sirach 4:10.
Be as a father unto the fatherless, and instead of a husband unto their mother.
That doesn't mean because you're helping her with the children that you're supposed to also get some payment. We put that out there. Read it again for me. All these bonds that's sitting around right now, this is the new hustle now. Yeah, I'm gonna give you multiple wives because we want to be there for the single moms. We're gonna bring them in. We're gonna take care of them. We're gonna help them with the children. Don't be a father figure. Read it again.
Be as a father unto the fatherless, and instead of a husband unto their mother.
Right.
So shall thou be as a son of the Most High, and he shall love thee more than thy mother knows.
See that? So ladies, if you got a guy who's telling you they want to help you out and be there for you, I'm gonna be your ark, I'm gonna be your big ark, you can lean on me. But it's always followed up with a what's good text, G-U-D. You're talking to the devil. Y'all know the difference between what's good, G-O-O-D, and what's good, G-U-D? I'm talking to the devil. I just want to come by and study the Bible. What time is it? What time you coming? 1:30 in the morning. I just want to go over the precepts. Now we about that late night knowledge. You know how we get it down. But when we kept talking about late night knowledge, ain't nobody but the president right there. No. Ain't that much study in it. Nah, bro. I just want to, be a little bit more, you know what I'm saying? I want to get in there, just really, give you a shoulder to lean on. We got some shoulders for you, bro. Now, let's go back. Verse 23, read that again. So the first voice that Eve heard was Adam's, the man. Go ahead.
And Adam said, this is now bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh.
Right.
She shall be called woman because she was taken out of man.
She was doing what?
Taken out of man.
Taken out of man. Made for the man, from the man. You're not separate from us. Yours. Verse 24.
Therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother, and shall cleave unto his wife.
Now, let me put this out here for you men. You should never be talking to the woman that you're proving, courting, about anything that your mama did for you. It is not her responsibility to meet the standard of your mom. Well, my mom always made my bed, ironed my clothes. Listen, you don't get no wifely duties until she become a wife. If it's in her to cook you a meal every now and then, if it's in her to do some things for you, because women, y'all just come natural. Y'all just try to take care of the man that you're involved with. If that comes natural to her, that's fine. But it is not a requirement or a commandment to do anything for you in that manner until you have put a ring on it. What are we doing? Because I'm telling you, you know what the old folks say? If I'm getting the milk, I'm not paying for the cow. And ladies, let me put this out here for some of you, because I don't know why you don't know this, but I'm going to put it out here for you ladies. Whatever he has done, or the man that he is, prior to entanglement, he will not be changing. Okay? No man of the Most High will be persuaded to spend his life with you by giving you your body. God, you believe it. More importantly, if he's a man of Yah, he will not accept your body. Will not do it. I just had a weak moment, you know what I'm saying? I was just saying, you know what I'm saying? No. It's the man's responsibility. If that line is right here, and you edge your way to that line, it's the man's responsibility to back up. Because let me put y'all on some game, ladies. Okay? Some of you may know this, but let me put you onto the game of the good godly man. This is the game. Some men will throw suggestions out. Kind of like fishing. Let me throw the reel out. Right? And if you reject that, okay, throw this out there. And if you reject it, okay. So I'm gonna keep throwing it out there, right? Until you bite the bait. And when you bite the bait and the line is crossed, they'll make it so you blame yourself when it was them manipulating the situation all the time. And because you're a good girl, you're like, oh, I should have never did this. I should have never had that conversation. I should have never wore that around him. I took advantage of him. He said, man, don't worry about it. But that was the goal the whole time. Be careful. So it's gonna make you think it's your fault, that it was you that failed when it was him the whole time throwing the suggestions out there. Just to see what was gonna be acceptable, what wasn't. Because the more you stretch the line, then he's gonna come in. Well, you know, we all fall short of the both sides glory, you know what I'm saying? Let us just pray together. We'll get through this together. knowing that once you had a taste, they're gonna come back. And then they're gonna say the same thing. But then I just say, listen, that just means that we really meant to be together. And since we know we're gonna be together, and I'm working on getting this together, let's just go ahead and do this. Since we know. Now, you done broke the rules and did all this. 3 months later, I don't know, man. I just feel like both sides telling me I need to be by myself over there. Gotta get myself together. Tell me. Hey, come hit this thing on the screen. Be careful. Ladies, this is why you have elders. This is why you have elders. To bounce the things off of us. So we can help you make a better decision. Because women, you are designed to follow the voice of the man. And because he's done told you this good thing and he showed you this good thing and he helped you with this good thing, you're gonna think, but he has my good, he would never. Yes, he would. This is why the good report amongst the assemblies, all these things matter. Not just how you see them, but what the world says. What does the community say? What do the people on his job say? What does his mama think of him? If your mama said you can't trust him, she just don't understand it. You know, she in the Christian church and she can't understand what he's doing in the truth now. That's what it is. That's what it is. No, mama knows you talking to the devil. That's what it is. Mama knows something ain't right. Be careful. Go back to it. I said what?
Therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother.
Right.
And shall cleave unto his wife.
Did that mean you now at this point, everything about your life is centered around your wife? It ain't no, I'm going back to make sure mama's happy. No. No. Everything is about your wife. If the mama's mad, that's it. Your responsibility as a husband is to please your wife. Now, I'm not talking about be disrespectful or inconsiderate to you, mom, but listen, if your wife said, listen, this is the day that we're gonna be doing this is about our family, and just because mama always used to have this thing going on this day, you better be with your wife. She's first. And until you can get to that point where you can put your wife ahead of everything else going on in your family, it doesn't matter. No. Women, don't allow that to be done to you. Don't use that to manipulate now. But at the same time, you come first. Come. You cleave to the wife and do what?
Shall cleave unto his wife, and they shall be one flesh.
One flesh. Ladies and gentlemen, you're not expected and required to think alike, but you are expected and required to think together. Meaning, yes, you're in charge. Yes, you are the head. But you do not have all of the answers. There's a perspective in which she can see that you will never understand. Case in point, last Shabbat. I had no idea what was going on in my world until my lovely ladies here, my sisters at Better Day, put me on to so many things that I couldn't see. I'm sitting back, man. Elder, you didn't see that? You didn't notice that? I didn't. They see it crystal clear. Crystal clear. So men, you do not have all of the answers. Just because you're the head, that don't mean you are a dictator. That's not what we're talking about here. Come? Now, we're getting ready to wrap this up. Let's go to Proverbs 18. This lesson needs to be like 6 weeks. This is like a 6 week lesson. This is just the tip of the iceberg here. We're not even really getting into it. I'm sorry, we're so much stuff here that we ain't dealing with. This is the tip of the iceberg. Proverbs 18. I need to hold that and get Proverbs 3. I'll speed past this real quick because I need some of that throughout this. Discover the true path to love. Proverbs 18, verse 22.
Whoso findeth a wife findeth a good thing.
Stop right there. Ladies, your responsibility is to not to find, not to be seeking. From this day forth, all of your dating websites, everything needs to go. It's off the game, ladies and gentlemen, that you may not realize. Any man that has any ability of understanding knows that any woman that's on any dating website has reached a certain level of desperation. Sorry. I'm not saying you're desperate, but by signing up to what's this stuff? eHarmony and Match.com and all that, any guy realizes at that point, a Christian mingle. We're probably gonna have a pool mingle before it's over with. These devils out here, they'll probably try to slip in and put something up there for us. Any guy with any level of vision knows that a woman on a dating website has reached a level of desperation. He's going to take full advantage of it. Listen, you're supposed to be a mystery. You're supposed to be a book that has to be read. Not go on a dating website and put all of your answers up there for them to read. Oh, girl, you like that? I like that too. That's your favorite food. Oh, that's my favorite food too. You're giving them the weapons. You're just laying it out for them. Any guy with any voice like this goes down there and scroll. Yeah. Okay. Whatever it is. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. Easy pickings. Fish in a barrel. They're not going to tell you that. Because they say, hey, come over, give us $35.99 a month, and we're gonna find your match. But I know some people who went in there and they ain't happy. They keep them on stage demands? No. Don't do it. Read it again.
Whoso findeth a wife
findeth a good thing. Men. That means if it's a good thing, it has to come from the Most High. You don't find the things of the Most High unless you're led by the Most High. Right? So when I find this woman, I find it for a good thing. Not good to me, good for me. There's a difference. Everything that's good to you may not be good for you. Okay? Now, keep going.
And obtain favor from the Most High.
So when he finds this good thing, he obtains favor from the Most High, which means that it has to be already given in order for it to be obtained. Okay? Which means that this is part of your blessing. 1 Corinthians 2. 2 Corinthians 1:20 says, all answers to y'all's promises are what? Yes and amen. Yes, and so be it. That means your wife is part of that blessing. It's already yes and amen. But if you're not being led by the Ruach and led by your flesh, listen, man, I'll be honest with you, man. I don't really date no heavy-set girls, bro. You got to be lean and fit. Okay? Hey, man, ain't you got a beer gut, man? Yeah, but I'm saying this is what I want. You know what I'm saying? For me. Okay? That skinny girl gonna run you crazy. I don't really deal with a dark skin girl. I gotta have me a light thing. I need me a red bowl. Okay. Stupidity, man. Now these dudes out here, I hear these dudes out here too. I need to have a college educated, be driven like me. What man is talking about? Where did you go to college? Oh, you got a college degree? You're disqualified. I need a power couple. I need someone. I'm an entrepreneur. I sell things. What happened to our man? What happened to us, man? You're asking and expecting things like you're a woman. I needed to be able to hear me, you know, understand me, you know what I'm saying? What? You don't even know yourself, but she's going to know you. So he says, he that finds a wife, finds a good thing, and obtains favor from the Most High. Now, what does that say about the woman? If he's obtaining favor, ladies, that means you must be what? Favorable. How in the world you expect the king of the Most High that you say you want, the boxes that you check? I need him to be good. I need him to love the Most High. I need him to be supportive, a good husband. I need him to be all that. But the people that fit that criteria are not the guys that you date. I'm gonna work on this project. I'm gonna make him be that. How's that working out? I'm gonna take no good journey and turn it into journey backs. Me. I'm gonna do it. Whatever you got, I don't want none of it. That ain't straight like that. That's that sunshine, boy. Up and down. I don't want none of that. If it made me change my whole mentality like that, you can do anything. I might be anybody, but 6 months later, I might be anybody. Go away. So you must remain faithful. You must be favorable to get found. Which meaning you must be walking your path, he must be walking his path, and then you guys will come across. And that path, remember, the man was supposed to be doing the purpose, and the woman was designed to become a woman of purpose, means Ruach is leading you both. The problem is that we're thinking we got to go to these particular places to meet, when really all you got to do is walk in the world of the path. And that's how the person will be found. Huh? So the man must obtain favor, the woman must become favorable. Let's go to Proverbs 3 and get the recipe for favor. Discovering the true path. Discovering the path to true love. Watch this. We're just dealing with the tip of the iceberg here, ladies and gentlemen. This is the tip of the iceberg. Because I told you, like we said in the beginning, once we begin to deal with the issues of colorism, there's going to be a whole other aspect of this that's going to come out when we start dealing with that. And some of you are saying, why is this even important right now? It's so important, ladies and gentlemen, because who you have, and that's why I'm saying this lesson, this is like really the intro to the real lesson, because who you're having in your home, who you're building with, who you're having children with is so vital at these last days. If you're right now, I feel bad. Man, y'all don't know how many counsels I do throughout the week of brothers and sisters that are miserable in their man, I don't know how many times. Listen, in the last year and a half, I've been asked a question about divorce so many times now, I lost count. Just the other night on the Shabbat, I had to tell the brother, like, brother, we're talking about the truth. I ain't talking about the divorce on the Shabbat. Not now, brothers. You know, you want to talk about divorce? Not now. This is time for the Most High. We are, I mean, he didn't mean no harm by it. But this question keeps coming to me over and over and over because people are miserable. You got one spouse trying to live righteous, the other doing my own thing. I don't care what you say. Especially this time, the most wickedest time of the year. I'm telling you, it's. I was sitting in the house the other day, and my dad, he hates Halloween with a passion. And he was like, man, what's the date? I told him the date. He said, what day is Halloween? I told him, he said, I can't wait. So all this foolishness are finally over. In my mind, I was thinking, no, it just began. Old man would have said that. New Hill, growing, I didn't say anything. I just said that. It's just beginning. Because now the Christians are going to tell them, oh, we made it through the bad part. No. Halloween is the indoctrination. Thanksgiving and Christmas is a celebration. Celebrate Satan. Come on. Let's celebrate. And especially for our woke folks out there. Oh, Columbus is bad. Oh man, Columbus is a terrible person. He killed the Native Americans. Thanksgiving. Oh, this is for God. Don't even know. Don't have no idea how many of our people, so-called Native Americans, were slaughtered, sacrificed for your Thanksgiving. But that Christopher Columbus is a terrible individual. But you, who carry on the tradition for Thanksgiving, is a righteous holy man. Lord help us. So, check this out. Yeah. So let's go to Proverbs 3, verse 1.
My son, forget not my law.
Hold up. What?
My son, forget not my law.
Did you say forget the law?
Forget not my law.
So let's make that YouTube give us 1 second. Gotta get that time of that transition for it. For the mic to readjust. All right, you good. Chapter verse indeed.
Proverbs, the 3rd chapter, verse 1. My son, forget not my law.
Now, so ladies and gentlemen, if you're reading Proverbs 18 and 22 and it's telling you that you obtain favor from the Most High, but yet your mindset is, I don't got to worry about the law. You're gonna find out that you've already been set up to fail. You don't have a chance. You think the law is just the law, statute of commandments, is just to keep pork away from you. And so you think that's just simply what it is about pork and seafood. It's so much more than that. So he said, what did?
My son, forget not my law,
My son, my daughter, forget not my law.
but let thy heart keep my commandments.
He said, what?
Let thine heart keep my commandments.
Go ahead.
For length of days and long life and peace shall they add to thee.
What person don't want that? Length of days, long life, and peace? You don't want that? How's it working out for you outside of the law? What else?
Let not mercy and truth forsake thee.
Mm-hmm.
Bind them about thy neck.
Now, what is truth? We know truth is what? Thy law. According to Psalms 119, verse 142. That thy mercy and the truth forsake thee. Go ahead.
Write them upon the table of thine heart.
Now we know now, up under the new covenant with the Holy Spirit, with the Ruach HaKodesh, the law is now what? Written on our hearts. This is why I try to tell my Christian brothers and sisters, can't tell me you have the Holy Spirit if you're rejecting the law. Because if the Holy Spirit writes the Ruach writes the law in your heart, if you're not keeping the law, or honor the law, or respect the law, how do you have the Ruach? For you Israelites, it's saying you're Torah only, but you don't accept Hamashiach. And he was the one who sent the Comforter. You say you got the Ruach. You're still in dry bones, my brother. Y'all got to read the whole Bible. Okay. What else he say, Nick?
So shall thou find favor.
So shall thou find what?
Find favor.
Find favor
And good understanding.
and good understanding.
In the sight of the Most High. Amen.
Wow. That's the recipe, ladies and gentlemen, to discovering the path to true love. It starts with the law. Who would have thought? You want to break the generational curse? Keep the law, statutes, commandments. The whole world is sick, and truth is the antidote. But the answer to the problem is the thing that they tell you don't worry about. I wonder why. I wonder why. Verse 5.
Trust in the Most High with all thy heart,
Right.
and lean not unto thy own understanding.
Lean not to your own understanding. Feelings are real, ladies and gentlemen, but they're not always accurate. How many of you have felt some way? Y'all know I hate this statement. Feeling some type of way. You know what? I think the epitome of way to destroy me is to put me on a pair of Crocs and have me feeling some type of way. That's a lost individual right there. A man in Crocs feeling some type of way. It's over. You might as well just jump off a bridge, man. Every time I be out and see these dudes with Crocs walking in the store, I just want to hit them with a bat. Take them Crocs off, put some steel toes on. Boy, what's wrong with you? I'm sorry, man. There's too much comfort. Only a woman deserves that. That's why these men are soft. Walk around in Crocs, man, pajama pants. What's wrong with these dudes, man? Saggings with your drawers out. Some Crocs. That guy's hopeless. He starts sitting back and see that. He's like, Mr. McDonald, Billy, we got him. We got him, Billy. Pajama pants sagging with your butt showing and some Crocs on. Feeling some type of way. That guy, that is the epitome of the dry bones. Read it again, D.
Consider the Most High with all thy heart,
Right?
and lean not unto thine own understanding.
I know it's comfortable, but don't lean to your own understanding. Right? Go ahead.
In all thy ways.
In all thy ways,
And he shall direct thy path.
the Most High going to raise you out of them Crocs, homeboy. Okay? He's going to tell you that a real man don't walk around in pajama pants unless he's in his crib. He's not going to be walking around in a grocery store with his butt showing, with his boxers showing, and some Crocs on. And you say, man, what's going on with you, man? You're feeling some type of way today, man. You'll never get that response if you're with the Most High. But in all seriousness, ladies and gentlemen, we have to trust in the Most High in all of our ways. And that's why I was talking about in the very beginning, that these major decisions in our life, we don't include the Most High in it until it's a problem. You don't wait until you're lonely to say, oh, I want somebody. That's just like waiting until your lights get cut off and say, I'm gonna go find a job. That's hustling backwards. So acknowledge him in all our ways and do what?
In all of thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy path.
He will direct thy path. Let's wrap it up, y'all. Sirach 6, I'm just going to touch a few of these right quick for some wisdom. We're going to do it. Discover the path to true love. Discover the path to true love. Sirach 6, let's start at verse 1.
Instead of a friend, become not an enemy.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm specifically saying this right now to all my brothers and sisters that are newly in the truth. I know how excited you are when you finally come across somebody that know they Israel. You know, most of you have shared that have that experience when you be out and about and you see somebody in phrases somewhere, you just, oh my God! I'm not alone! You know, you first come into the truth, you come across a video or something, you're on social media, on Facebook, Instagram, and you start adding people, following people. That first time you go to a Shabbat, first feast days, all of those first, the truth, man, it's beautiful. I know it's exciting, but you don't need, you cannot afford the luxury to let down your guard just because someone is saying Kwam Yasharal, Shalom, Shalom. Listen, you can't do that. You can't do that. Ladies, especially ladies, you might have been dating, courting, conversing with men who never was about the Bible or had any form of acknowledgement for the Most High. And then you meet a guy, and he's like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? All praise to the Most High. You hear that all praise, and you get, oh man, he said all praise. Ooh. Oh, I felt that in my shoulders. He's saying those, things, the terminology, the rhetoric that we in Israel use. And get excited because, like, man, I finally meet a guy that's different. Brothers, all your homeboys is wicked. They still in the club. They still chasing women. And then you start to meet some homeboys. You start coming across some guys that's talking about this law. You want to start kicking it with them. You want to start building with them. The next thing you know, you done accepted the doctrine. You hate the white man now. You standing on the corner, cussing folks out. You done burnt bridges in your family. You got to be careful. Because all these things play a factor. Who you're hanging with is as a direct or indirect result, could be an indirect or direct connection until you end up who you end up trying to spend your life with. Because that's how we meet people. So reading in, it says what?
Instead of a friend, become an
Just don't become an enemy. You don't, when you meet somebody, just focus on being cool with them, shalom, until you get to that point where you can build and learn more. Just don't become an enemy. It's not a necessity to immediately become their friend, to immediately give them your phone number, to immediately have them at your house, going to their houses. Take time. Learn them first. Go ahead.
For thou shalt inherit an ill name, shame, and reproach.
And this is what happens, especially right now in this truth. You come into this truth, and you connecting with people that got an ill name in the community, and then you start saying, yeah, I rock with him, yeah. You're like, oh, you with them? You doing that? Don't just be connected to everybody. Go ahead.
Even so shall a sinner that hath a double tongue.
Go ahead.
Extol not thyself in the counsel of thy own heart,
Right.
that thy soul be not torn in pieces as a bull straying along.
Go ahead.
Thou shalt eat up thy leaves and lose thy fruit, and leave thyself as a dry tree.
Some of you right now, and I'm talking about those who watch this on social media, you're ready to throw every relationship that you got away in your life right now because you're the truth and nobody is. You're going to find yourself alone. That's what's going to happen. It's going to get real and you're going to be by yourself. You better not be pushing everyone away just because your wife or your girlfriend right now doesn't understand what you're talking about. Listen, for the last 5 years, you've been spending Thanksgiving and Christmas together. And then you came into the truth back in April, and then now you say, we're not doing none of this year, it's over. It's a wrap. Don't work like that. That's not the way it works. You've been laying up fornicating 365 days a year. Now all of a sudden, ladies, I'm in the truth now. I'm living righteous and holy. You think that man going to just adapt overnight? If you really love me, you would. That's not the way it works. I'm not telling you to go break the law. I'm just, you gotta have some conversations. You just can't go in there and sit down. Hey, this is over. If you really love me, you're gonna have to be celibate right now until we get married. What? That needs to be conversations. And let me put this out here too, because this has been going on, I've been hearing this going on for the last few years. If you go to an assembly and they tell you your man is wicked, you gotta leave your man and marry one of the elders, run as fast as you can. Oh, you think that ain't, y'all think that's real? Oh yeah, you ain't supposed to be, you ain't gonna even live with non-believers. Your man is an infidel, he's an heretic. You gotta leave that man. Bring it up. That's right. I'm telling y'all. Send it on. Run as fast as you can. Run as fast as you can. Now, for a second time, go down to verse 6.
Be in peace with many, nevertheless have but one counselor of 1,000.
Listen, you be at peace with many, but everybody don't get to speak into your life. Remember, when the Psalms 1, we said, blessed is the man that do what? Walk not in the counsel of the ungodly. Just because I got fringes on, that don't make me worthy to be your counselor. Okay? Want to put that out there. Verse 7.
If thou wouldest get a friend, prove him first, and be not hasty to credit.
Don't be so quick. Listen, I just love the way every time I talk to him, just brighten my day. She give me sunshine on the cloud day. When it's cold outside, you know, I got the month of May. And then, after 3 months, have you seen her? Tell me, have you seen her? 3 months. But you done already given her Sarah status. Esther. They didn't even know you was with the devil. Tell me, have you seen her? Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. You know why? You should let that young thing alone. That's why. You're a woman, not a kid. Read it again, Dick. Second verse.
Sirach 6, verse 7.
Mm-hmm.
If thou wouldest get a friend,
prove
him first.
Prove him or her first. Listen. Sis, listen. Sis, you know, oh my God, sis. He actually called me, sis, the other day and asked me how I was doing. He tell me good morning every morning. Sis, you don't understand, sis. He gave me some money to put some gas in my car, sis. Gotta be careful, y'all. Gotta take time to prove these people. Huh? Verse 8?
Some man is a friend for his own occasion.
So then some of them are friends for their own occasion. Some of these brothers, ladies, you're a friend because they need a place to stay. They know you're looking for your Boaz. So they'll be Boaz or whatever they need to be in order to get to their house. Whoever they need to be. You understand? And here you go, the elders is telling you this. Don't do this. And you know that means I gotta be there for him. See, black man got it bad enough in this country. We as black women, we gotta support him. I keep telling you, ladies, real man ain't gonna take that. He's not gonna allow you to do these things. He'll lose everything he has. before we go ask a woman for anything. That's the way we're built. Am I lying, man? We're not going to go, I don't care. I don't care what it is. You'll be mad at me, but you're not paying my light bill. You're not paying my car bill. You're not getting my car fixed. It's not going to happen. I might go to my daddy, but I'm never going to my woman. It's not going to happen. These men, real men don't do that. If a guy is always talking to you ladies about his problems and his money troubles, you're talking to the devil. The hook is coming. Because they know once y'all love them, you're going to do anything to help them out. No man is going to accept a dime. I'm talking about a man can leave his wallet at the crib and could be sitting right beside you and say, hey, we was going to get something to eat, but I ain't got my wallet. Baby, I got it. Nah, I'm straight. And you'll be mad. You'll be like, oh, what? That don't make no sense. Just give it back to me. Well, just take it back and get my wallet. It's not going to happen. That's not how real men are built. These are boys that you're dealing with out here that are allowing you to take care of them. No man is going to do that. It's just the way it is. Maybe it's pride, but we don't care. Watch this. Read it again. Sirach 6 and 8.
For some man, it is a friend for his own occasion.
Right?
And will not abide in the day of trouble.
Because as soon as your problems come, they're gone. As soon as you need some comfort, they know where to be found. As soon as everything get fixed and good, you're going to notice that car can be parked outside your house less and less. Less and less. Oh, my phone got cut off. Oh, man, thank you, girl. Yeah, man, you're a queen. You're a real queen, girl. You're a real queen. See? That's how I know the black woman's God right there. Get that phone put on. The phone calls don't go limit to text messages. Watch. Oh yeah, verse 9.
And there is a friend who being turned to enmity and strife or discover their reproach.
Now I'm talking to the men here now. You better be careful letting these women into your life. Open it up, allow them to see the vulnerabilities of you. I'm telling you, a scornful woman. You don't want to cross that one. Oh, that, what's that? Ain't that Sirach 25? The evil of a woman. Yeah. Give me that one. Chapter and verse.
Sirach 25 and 13. Give me any plague but the plague of the heart, and any wickedness but the wickedness of a woman.
I'm telling you, I take any type of sickness, I take any type of despair. But the woman as an enemy, she can hit you like no other man in the world can hit you. Because she knows everything about you. She will tear your soul out. And these guys out here, you caught up in them eyes and legs and thighs and all that, you don't even know what's going on the inside, boy. You dealing with Satan brood herself. I'm telling you, boy. You better be careful. You better be careful. I'm telling you. Give verse 16, D.
I'd rather dwell with a lion and a dragon.
I rather do what?
Dwell with a lion and a dragon.
I rather dwell with a lion and a dragon than what? I'm sorry. You better be careful, boy, who you bring in your house. Because a lion and a dragon will be an easy date. I mean, they talk getting caught up on you looking on the outside. I'm telling you. So you know it. And that's who's gonna be raising the kids. And that's what I'm telling you. Daddy. Hey, it's real out here. And all you can have to say, man, she was fine though, man. I just never saw it coming. No, you didn't see nothing bad the way she looked. Let's go back to Surah 6. Read it again. Chapter verse, what, 6 and 9?
Surah 6 and 9.
Mm-hmm.
And there is a friend who, being turned to enmity and strife, will discover the reproach. Mm-hmm. Again, some friend is a companion at the table, right? And I continue in the day of the affliction.
I'll tell you right now, dudes, some of these women right here right now, they only with you right now because the guy that was handling everything is dormant. And you the new sucker. You the new sucker. Until Mandingo come back. And then she's gonna take care of him. But until then, you're gonna take care of her. Am I lying? We got guys out here right now that work 4 to 6 months a year to get an income tax. During the summertime, I chase. When the wintertime, what do they call it? What is it? What is it? Wintertime? Country season. What is going on? Country season. Cuffing season approaches. You know, y'all seen the memes where the guy be sitting out here. Cuffing season approaches. So now the men going, they want a warm place to stay and a warm bowl of soup and good and all that. So we're gonna love you up, telling you the greatest things since sliced bread until January, February when the income tax come, and then I'm gonna get your income tax. I'm going out the back door with the money bag. I'm going to re-up, baby. I'm gonna get down. We're gonna be straight. We're gonna be good, and you won't see him again till November. And 9 times out of 10, he's left you with a prize that's gonna probably come out around September, October. You know what the prize is, right? We got prizes all over the county. But he's a good guy, though. He take care of all his children. He goes to basketball games and all that. And then you sit there and fight at the basketball game with the other girls and say, well, I'm the real one because I got his son. What? Oh, yeah, by the way, I forgot to play this, and I'm going to end on this. I forgot to play this for y'all earlier today when I was at an earlier precept. I'm going to end the lesson with this. And this is not a shot to our women. Remember, y'all know when it comes to me, I say every problem in our community and in our nation starts where? With the man. So this woman having this mentality is a direct result of an absentee father, I can guarantee you. I wanted to play this for y'all today to let you guys see how far our people have fallen. Now, there's not many of our people who would actually make a statement like this publicly, but there's a lot of people who believe and live their life based on the ideology in which this woman promotes. Have anybody ever heard of a TED Talk? Okay, so TED Talks is this thing that the Gentiles do, where they bring in these scholars and these so-called intelligent people of the world to discuss different subjects as far as how it affects us as all as human beings. For example, Bill Gates, the guy that people had put their trust in for the Jews, gave a TED Talk several years ago about how the world is overpopulated and we got to do something to take some people out. And then they put this guy over the usher out of the Jews. Nonetheless, before another time, but I just thought I would give that example. Now, of all of the people in our community that they could have invited to give a TED Talk, because if they asked me to come, they'd cut my mic in 3 minutes, because I'm going to walk out there with the Bible. Once they see the Bible, the mic won't even cut off. I said, no way. No, matter of fact, they wouldn't even invite me because all they had to do was play a video. Oh, this guy, no way. Okay. So the fact that you're invited tells you everything you need to know. But even though there's some people in our community who may not honor the Bible, there's a lot more intelligent people who have a desire to see our people be better, just misguided. Does anybody know a woman by the name of Lizzo? I don't know who she is. The look on y'all faces tell me you guys know who she is. I had no idea who she was. I just came across the video. I was more so focused on the message versus the messenger. I don't know who she is. She was severely misguided by the statement that she made. I want to end off on this because I want my sisters to know that the world has sexualized you and made you into a sexual being. You are not that. Daughters of Zion, you are the most beautiful women walking this earth. But your external beauty cannot be compared to the eternal beauty in which the Most High placed inside of you. Strength and virtue. Don't let anyone ever decrease your worth to the size of your butt, your hair, and your body shape. You want to know how far we've fallen, ladies and gentlemen? Listen to the gospel according to Lizzo. It's only a few seconds, so listen very carefully.
It's not a trend. For me, twerking ain't a trend. My body is not a trend. I twerk for the strippers, for the video vixens, for the church ladies who shout, for the sex workers. I twerk because Black women are undeniable. I twerk for my ancestors.
Out of all of the subjects that could have been discussed at this TED Talk, they invited her to a TED Talk, and she gave a TED Talk on twerking. I'm gonna play it again. I'm not gonna Israelite this video, but I just want you guys to listen carefully to what she's saying. And you best believe, listen, they talked about the fact that at Oakland, and they did the Black Wall Street, that there were Black women at the Black Wall Street twerking at this image. I've seen videos of women at the Martin Luther King statue twerking, at the Lincoln Memorial twerking. You know, we've seen the videos of in these restaurants that's been started by our people, where women up on the top of the tables and twerking in the restaurants. It done went from what our ladies do in strip clubs to what women of high society say they're doing in their own independent beauty about themselves. Now, you say, is this just a shot to black women? No, because if black men wasn't supporting it, it wouldn't be done. If the real men would be standing back saying, yo, sis, no, that's not how we get down. No sister would be feeling comfortable doing that. But the brothers throwing money and then talking about the sister after the fact. She ain't twerking for herself. According to the gospel of Lizzo, this is why she twerked. What's so why you twerked?
For me, twerking ain't a trend. My body is not a trend. I twerk for the strippers, for the video.
So she says, I twerk to represent the strippers. The strippers represent you. Hey, ladies, they represent you. Watch this. I want y'all to listen to everything she with. Listen to what she says. She says she twerked to represent the strippers. And says it's her responsibility to bring the struggle and the acknowledgement of the stripper to the forefront. What else?
Listen, for the church ladies who shout for the set.
She said, I twerk for the church ladies that shout. Because, you know, basically, when you look at these churches now, that's what they're doing now. It's called the Holy Ghost. She said she's twerking for them. Let me take it back a little bit. I know I'm Israelite. I know I said I was going to do it. I need y'all to hear this. When we talking about discovering the path of true love, I need you to see this woman. And I know I'm putting the cart before the horse, but I'm going to stop. I'm going to say this. When I saw this video, there was other videos of her, and I saw videos of her crying, talking about how she can't find a good man. But she was saying that the men didn't want her because she was a big girl. Not this. Not this mentality. It's only because I'm overweight, that's what she said. And like I keep trying to tell women, don't you believe it. Men, you want men as adults. We need something to hold on to. In the winter, summer, spring, all year long. Men don't do cuffing season. We cuff all year long. You understand? You must trust me. We don't want those poking us into the side. We need something. If it wasn't a Sabbath, I would go deeper into it and explain to you even more what I mean. You must trust me. My skinny sisters, don't be upset. Yes, you're beautiful too. But see, our daughters design, they can be skinny and still be, you know. That's another lesson for another time. But let's throw it back in. Listen to this, y'all.
For the church ladies who shout.
Let's go back.
My body is not a trend.
Okay.
I twerk for the strippers.
She twerk for the
For
strippers.
the video vixens.
For
For
the
the
video
church
vixens.
ladies who shout for the sex workers.
Oh, she's also twerk for the prostitutes. That's why I'm stopping it, because I need y'all to understand. This is a TikTok. And the crowd is full of Gentiles. And they're allowing this sister to come up here and to totally degrade you. They're gonna say that's what you stand for. That's what you believe. This is intelligent talk. This is real talk. This is wisdom right here, right? So she twerked for who? The strippers, the video vixens that basically are strippers in the videos, church women shouting. I don't know what she's talking about, but what's the whole Dickie Parsons' wife? Miss Pearl, she ain't twerking for Miss Pearl, I'll tell you that. But Miss Pearl would have called her heathen to her face. That's what she would call her. Them old church mama would have said, baby, you better sit down and get yourself together. I don't know well, I do know what church girl she's twerking for. But she ain't twerking for the old women, I tell you that. Let my grandma see her and see what happened. See what my grandma had to say about this. What else? Who else is she twerking for?
I twerk because Black women are undeniable.
So that's why she's twerking, y'all. Because y'all are undeniable. These is the enemies among us. And then guess who else? Look at the great motivation. Who else she's twerking for?
I twerk for my ancestors.
I twerk for Harriet Tubman. And Harriet Tubman was going up the Underground Railroad. Yes, should have shot her. She didn't have her PlayStation. She got to run to the buster. You think Judith? You think she's twerking for Judith? For Esther? For Sarah? She said she's twerking for the ancestors. I guess that's the same ancestors the Black Lives Matter praying to. Same guys. This is what we are, ladies and gentlemen. And if you want to understand why we are where we are, listen to this stuff here. This is the voice of our community. And I was going to go in deep and I was going to bring your boy Kevin Samuel, but I refuse to give this guy any platform of mine. Let me put it out here. Kevin Samuel don't speak for us. It's a sodomite. This dude don't keep no law, statutes, commandments. He ain't bowed his knee to a Mashiach. He don't have an authority to say anything about our women. He want to be a woman. And any of you brothers playing that stuff to your sisters, you should be taken outside the city and stoned to death. The guy doesn't represent us. He's an enemy. To take the vulnerable of all our women and beat their soul down. It's the devil that the Bible speaks of. Discovery. The path to true love. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. As I said, ladies and gentlemen, we are just only touching the surface. There's a lot more conversation that needs to be had like this. But I hope today that this was the beginning of one of many conversations. That we can get real and talk these things out. We don't have time in these last days to be blaming each other, to looking at each other as the enemy. We need each other. We need families on one accord. We need communities on one accord. We need our nation on one accord. And we know that everybody's not going to be together, everybody's not going to think alike. We gotta do the best we can. have to do the best we can. The Most High has placed a woman in your life, placed a man in your life. You need to sit down with that person. You need to iron it out. You need to do what you need to do, especially when there's children involved. But I tell anybody this right here. If you're in a boyfriend, girlfriend relationship, which needs to, that whole thing needs to leave Israel altogether. But if you're in it, 12 months is the max. If there's been no decision to be on one accord going forward, peace. You need to have the real conversations. You need to pull back the layers. You need to be real with yourself. Because we are running out of time. And who's in your house is going to be the only defense you're going to have in the coming days. If you don't trust each other, if you can't depend on each other, who else do we have? It's time to make some decisions as well. We'd like to give call halal, Abba Hayat Bahashem Yishai, for everything that took place today. We pray and hope that you were inspired. We pray and hope that you were encouraged to address the external issues so that we can see the internal issues so that we can see some external success in our lives. Hallelujah. We're looking forward next Shabbat, being down with our 4 Oaks family. Our fifth Shabbat fellowship. We're looking for all the people in 4 Oaks, Duke Road, Smithville, Raleigh, Durham, Fayetteville. All the people in that area, we're looking to come out and fellowship with you guys next Shabbat as we address the difference between Christianity and the Bible. While our brothers and sisters in that area are beginning to transition from the church to the truth, we come down to hopefully to empower you and to give you a foundation to build upon as we go forward in the truth of the Most High. Better day. I want you to know that I appreciate you guys. I love each and every one of you. To the set apart extended family, to the extended family. Most High Christ bless. Barakatah to you. Let's continue to go forward and trust the Most High because He's all we have. Remember, eyes are not seen, ears are not heard, neither had it ends to the hearts of man what is laid up for those who love the Most High. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. First, I want to thank you, Father, for your mercy and your grace. So I'm walking through the valley of the shadows, I won't be afraid. In your arms, I want to say, don't ever let me go astray. Let it stay between me and you. I don't gotta say, God, put me going out to man. Father, help me understand. If it's sin, I turn away. Do the dash, I learn the man. Show me what you want and what you want. And God, it's your plans. I don't know no better. Keep it on like a sweater. Dedicate this music just to you. I will reach the people. God, help me, because I love you. You're cool. Because it comes to your value, so beautiful. Hey guys, in this, you far from the usual. Brothers, you the Prince of Kings, all the chair. Me, the Most High, is the remedy. Keep see, especially you see. Want to see some more than you so stress. They know who you are, and let's take you try.
Bluetooth disconnected. Bluetooth pairing. Bluetooth connected.
Safe. Deep presence can't hold God's children forever. The day's coming when you take this design and settle. Yeah. Focus on the mission, focus on the Father, that is no less than ever. Focus on the kingdom mission. You my brother and my sister, but rock and die. You a Hebrew Israelite, so shine the one. You the Alpha lift his eyes, so we lift his name up high. I'm really trying to right my wrongs, get these guys up in the strong. I'm ready to take away my pride and keep you lower in the basement. But you glorious, amazing, circumcise my heart daily. Turn our hearts to you and hasten for salvation, Lord, we wait. In these days, it looks on the waste and wait, cause things change. The most I coming back to see. We must remember that tomorrow ain't promised at all. So give your heart to the Most High with unconditional love.
Always continue to say, continue to be steadfast, unmovable, always about to the work of the Most High. We love each and every one of you. Barak Atah. Kwame Yashirali. Shalom. Shalom.